sports in the Inland Empire. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Man, it feels good to be back in the IE studio here talking IE sports with none other than the king of the IE, Jeff Gorham.
The mayor in
the
some
mayor
circles.
of Riverside. They call him the mayor in some circles.
Some circles.
You know what's funny is because you put that in your bio, and I'm circling back around to this.
Yeah.
Our bios are going up on the Fox Sports IE 1350 AM website very, very soon.
They're not either.
It's happening, yeah. I talked to my boy George. He's making it happen. I went direct to the source. But it just made me laugh because the king of the IE, Mr. IE, they call him the mayor in some social circles.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Gorham's bio is going up, and that's what it says in your bio.
When's the bio actually coming up?
You know what? Our next break, you can go out the hall.
Oh, it's the guy down the hall.
Make a left, and there's George right there.
Oh, he's not going to do it. Stop it. Just stop it.
He is.
Stop it. We've been here for months and months and months.
I resent him the information today, and it made me laugh that we got the mayor here in the house.
Did he have a picture of me?
A little salty.
Yeah, there's just a little salt. Yeah, but no, I'm telling you, I want to run for mayor, but I have to move back to Riverside, and I don't really want to leave my house. I love my house.
Does Menifee have a mayor?
Yeah, but he's worthless.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know.
Do they really? Like,
yeah, they do. Hey, man.
They have like city council and all that stuff?
They got all that stuff.
I didn't know.
Except our last mayor got in big trouble. He was stealing money, like millions.
No, you can't do that.
No. I need to bring justice and truth and the American way back to Menifee. I need to bring Menifee back.
Bring it back.
Make
Menifee great again.
I'm going to make Menifee great again. I'm going to get a blue hat because I'm not a big fan of red. I'm going to say make.
That's all you wear is red. What are you talking about?
I know, but Angels, yeah, the Angels are red. I got to shave. You know, I've been wearing this Mickey hat now for a couple days.
Yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse Nike hat. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, very, very cool. Very chic. Very chic. No, but I'm tired. I don't want to shave my head. I kind of shave my beard.
You look like a film producer.
I do. I am a producer. A film producer.
You look like you're working on though.
That old school commercial I produced for HBO. Back in the 80s, they would say that.
I definitely produced for HBO, and I used to, when I was a younger guy and like trying to pick up chicks with my buddies, we would all say we were major league pitchers.
No.
Oh yeah, we would too. Oh yes, we would, because we're all like 6'5", 6'6". We didn't want to say we were playing local college basketball because then they'd figure it out. So we'd go above and beyond our range. And we'd be sitting in the bar. We're like, yeah, my arm's really sore.
Oh, man. Threw my arm off today.
It was a really rough one. I feel like, man. And then a girl would go, are you guys athletes? Oh, yeah, I'm a pitcher. Where do you pitch? Oh, I'm
the Dodgers.
No. You could never.
The Angels.
We're talking, this was the early 90s.
San Bernardino Spirit?
No.
Oh,
who? You never, ever want to lie.
Is that too close to home?
Yes, it's way too close. I'm like, yeah, I play for the Tigers. And we always knew, like.
So you're just in town.
Yeah, we're just
on
in town.
On a road trip.
Yeah, we were hanging out. Occasionally at work, we like hang out with these chicks, but then we like have to like lie the whole night because that's all they want to talk about. Hey, so
you pitched for the Royals?
No,
what's that like?
I was a Tiger. Always a Tiger.
You always pick Tigers?
Well, because I had a Tiger hat and I felt that's what I was wearing. And it got to the point where we all had like Tigers hats, my buddies. Yeah.
Yeah, because you couldn't all be on a different team.
No, but we would write our names in the hat and our number, and then the girls, like our number. I'm like, yeah, this is my number. And they couldn't look us up because they couldn't Google it on their phones at this time. They had beepers, for God's sakes. Oh, you did? Remember the beepers? Did you ever have a beeper?
No. Yes, I did.
He wasn't a drug dealer.
No, I did. I did have one, though. I did. Just for work.
I had a beeper, and it would it would text things. I don't know how you did that, though. Do you remember how they... Is that bad that I don't remember how you would text? Remember, like a message would go across the screen?
Yes.
Would you call somebody?
Yeah, you'd call it back. I remember I had a beeper, and it hardly ever went off. I had one for work. My second TV job was a sports and news job. And I remember the one time it went off like in the middle of the night because they needed you to do something. The message that came across my beeper was, a bull, like a cow, like a bull was hit on the freeway and caused a massive accident. We need you to go out there and cover it. It was like 3 a.m. I went back to sleep.
You didn't do it? You didn't cover it?
The next morning, they're like, why didn't you go out there? What happened? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't get the message. Didn't go. I was a sports guy.
Yeah, but
go cover a bull that got hit on the freeway.
Yeah, but you were kind of like you're getting text or whatever, it would beep in the middle of the night. You were like a detective.
Yeah,
And you
I hated
it. You could have woke up next to your lady and go, hey, I got to go.
I got to go.
Where you got to go? You can't go right now. I got to go cover a death on the freeway.
There's a bull.
What do you mean a death? Oh, there was a bull that people hit. So I got to go cover it. And then I'll be back, baby, after I solve this crime. That's honestly, but yeah, we used to always tell our buddies, yeah. I was a righty. I played at LSU.
I was a righty.
Yeah, I'm a righty. I can throw hard. I'm a starter. Those guys are
7th round draft pick by the Tigers.
No, I was never that. I was always like a 1st or 2nd round pick, and I was always a star.
See, this
was
was
a 20-game winner.
See, the 20-game winner. You're the ace.
Dude, I was like darn near Cy Young winner.
See, this wouldn't work now because the girls would Google Jeff Gorham
right away.
Detroit Tigers. They'd be like, nothing comes up. That's really weird. It's like your brother's radio show. Like, nothing comes up.
That's just mean. Sorry. You know, my parents were like upset with me with that.
Were they really upset?
Really upset.
Oh, okay, I'll drop it.
Yeah, they were like upset. They go, my mom's like, why are you guys?
Do you think they'll be equally as upset you posing as a Detroit Tiger 20-game winner?
No, that's
talk to the ladies.
No, that's just game, baby. That's
just game.
I was spitting game. Now I couldn't do it. I mean, I just be like, hey, what do you do? I'm a freelance photographer. Something like that. I don't even know how I could have any game now.
No, those Google.
I'm a manager of Instagram models.
Oh yeah, I do love those. I like the gram models, baby. Hey, you could be a gram model. That's why I go up. I go up to chicks.
I'm a manager.
I'm a manager of the gram. Would you like to take a few pictures? I have my camera right here. It's not a Nikon. It's an Apple phone. It takes great photos.
Just as good.
Yeah, just as good.
Just as good.
Put your kids on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your screensaver? Oh, my boys. It's my boys.
Oh, that's not my family.
My little brothers.
Yeah, my little exactly. Those
little bros.
Those are my sister's kids.
Yeah.
Why are you with that lady? Oh, I don't know her. That's my older sister.
Yeah.
Oh.
My parents, they took a long break, and then they got it cracking again. Hey, you guys owe me an apology.
For what?
You owe me an apology. Greg owes me an apology. Everyone who laughed in this room that laughed at me about the woolly mammoth. Remember I brought the woolly mammoth? You guys were all laughing at me. Guess what? I get on Twitter this morning. Guess what's trending? Everyone's talking about
the woolly mammoth.
Woolly mammoth.
The woolly mammoth trunk, and I went below the belt,
including Fox Sports Radio. That's what they were talking about this morning, trying to bring back a woolly mammoth.
All right, I'm sorry.
You guys all owe me an apology.
Yeah, and I went double entendre and made it sound like I was a woolly mammoth.
Being the gross guy, straight to the gutter.
Somebody thought it was my wife, apparently, though.
Yeah, they said. Jeff says he wakes up with a woolly mammoth every morning. Is he talking about his wife? Does his wife listen?
Wow. Yeah. She's not too woolly.
But is she a mammoth?
She's very tall. She's like 6'5". Now my wife is beautiful. I love you, Smitty, man.
Shall we talk sports?
No.
We might as well.
Okay,
I mean, we're all here. We got the microphones on.
Hey, I was a pitcher for the Tigers. Yeah, I'm ready to talk.
You're at 20. You're like, Frank Tanana? Like, I replaced Frank Tanana. I was the next guy up for the Detroit Tigers. That was me.
You're going to be the first pirate. You're going to want to be a pirate.
Jeff didn't want to be a pirate. He wanted to be a Tiger. I would have been a pirate. Oh, I'm the ace for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
No way.
20-game winner. 300 strikeouts. Like, just a phenomenal year. You wouldn't believe it.
Hey, trust me, it worked a few times.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But now the girls would get their phone out and search Jeff Gorham, Detroit Tigers. And nothing would come up.
Yeah, but now, if I was a young man now, I'd be.
But see, you'd have to go next level. You'd have to create like a fake Wikipedia page or something.
That would be
and
cool.
be like, look,
my own
7th
website.
round pick out of Pensacola, Florida.
That's the best. Yeah, I was a dual threat athlete. I played basketball and pitched. Occasionally, and I almost made the tour. Almost. This close to making the cut. I was.
So close.
So close. Yeah.
So close. Well, last night in Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani on the bump against Boston, and from the very first batter of the game, it did not go his way. The Angels lost by a score of 10-2. Shohei Ohtani lasted just 2 innings. But, Jeff, the thing that really caught my attention was he threw 66 pitches in just 2 innings. He really labored. Like, he had no command. He had no control. The ball was all over the place. He was struggling. I know he only gave up 3 runs. It could have been worse.
Yeah, the bright lights of Anaheim playing Boston might have been a little bit too much for old Showtime last night, but it sounded like if he was having command problems, might have been from that blister. And we're going to find out because I'm going to ask Trent Rush that question.
Are you saying it's going to be like a Tom Brady situation? Like, you want to see a picture of the blister?
No.
You want to know it's real?
I always believe in my holy angels. And
why would they lie? They're angels,
They're
right?
angels. Yeah, they're definitely. They came down from heaven. That's where Shohei Ohtani came from. He didn't come from Japan. He came straight from heaven. That's what it says on the back of his shirt. Did you know that?
Is that how you pick up the girls? Is that what your Detroit Tigers line?
Hey, is this a...
Were you made in heaven?
There you go. That's my Shohei Ohtani pickup line.
So we got Trent Rush, Angels reporter. He's going to join us later in the show as we talk more about the Angels and the rough start last night for Shohei Ohtani. Local guy Tyler Chatwood still looking for his first win with the Cubs. The Cubs lost to the Cardinals last night by a score of 5-3. Chatwood worked into the 5th inning. He only gave up 2 earned runs. Oh, actually only 1 hit. He struck out 7. The problem was, and kind of like Shohei Ohtani, was the command. He walked 7 batters. That's not going to get the job done.
I would say that might be the most in the majors this year.
7 walks in a game?
Yeah, by 1 pitcher. That might be.
Tyler Chatwood, the pride of Redlands East Valley, still searching for his first win with the Chicago Cubs. If you stayed up late, deep into the night, the Dodgers finally beat the Padres 7-3, the final score. It went 12 innings. Yasmani Grandal, what did we say yesterday? Yasmani Grandal's like the only guy that's hitting. You can't take him out of the lineup.
You can't.
As much as we want to see Austin Barnes, the pride of Riverside Poly, behind the dish, Yasmani Grandal continues to hit. He had the go-ahead double in the 12th inning after Kenley Jansen blew a save in the bottom of the 9th to the weak-hitting Padres. That's pretty sad.
Yes.
But they still came back and they won 7-3.
You know, I think Kenley Jansen might have the yips. You think he has the yips?
I think there's something going on because from the very first time he went out there this season, he's not been the same Kenley Jansen. He got a big contract, and he's just kind of floating through the season.
He wasn't the same in the playoffs at times either, so maybe he's got a little case of the yips. I hope he gets out of the yips. A lot of guys get stuck and never get out. It's like the Bermuda
Who was the mouth of the South? John Rocker?
Yes, John
Remember,
Rocker.
he got the yips. The closer before him on the Braves, I think it was Mark Wohlers.
Oh,
He got the yips.
Yeah.
Chuck Knobloch. You remember Chuck Knobloch?
Of course I know Chuck Knobloch.
They put him at, I think it was second base, and he could not throw to first. Like, for whatever.
Steve Sachs was the same way.
All of a sudden, he just cannot throw anymore.
Do you remember Steve Sachs?
Was it the same thing?
Oh, it was worse. Steve Sachs was literally had to walk the ball to first base.
Like, seriously.
Like Sam Lott?
Yeah, ground ball to second base and run over to first and hand it to the first baseman. It
happens.
Yeah, a lot of guys get the yips. A lot of golfers get the yips.
Remember Kenley Jansen said after the first couple games, after he stunk it up, he said,
1 game.
yeah, no big deal. It's only, whatever. We'll get past this. But now he's still doing it. So now it is a problem.
Yeah, remember Rodriguez? Remember the pitcher for the Angels?
K-Rod.
He got the yips there for a while. He ended up now he's a has been a middle relief guy. He ended up
Milwaukee. He's somewhere. I can't remember now.
But remember, he was. They didn't close him anymore. He was a middle reliever. He was just come in for an inning or.
Something about the closers. You're either locked in, you got it, or you don't.
Yeah, mental. It's a mental thing. Our guy Troy Percival never got the yips. He just lost a little velocity, and that was his big thing. Remember, he didn't have a lot of control, but he threw as hard as he could. And if you weren't swinging, you were going to get hit.
Man,
yeah, but
bring some heat.
They never had the yips.
Nope. UCR baseball on the diamond right now at Grand Canyon University. The Highlanders are trailing GCU by a score of 2-0 in the 4th inning. We'll bring you live updates throughout the show, and we will also get into the NBA playoffs. The Pelicans are up 2-0. Boston's up 2-0. Toronto's up 2-0 in all their playoff series. We'll break those down and look ahead to tonight's playoff games a little bit later in the show. Coming up in just about 10 minutes, he is the skipper at King High School, one of our dear, dear friends. The great Steve Madril pitched at Arlington, pitched at UCR. Big-time Dodger fan.
Coached everywhere, been dominant everywhere, and now he's dominant on the hill.
On the hill?
Isn't that what it's called? What do you call
It's on Wood Road. Remember?
The Wood, something on Wood.
Because at North, he's the one that started 3rd in Chicago.
Yeah, I remember that. But now it's the
Hood on Wood?
The Hood?
I don't know.
Whoa. We're going to have to ask him. There is a nickname, though, for him.
Is there?
Yeah, there is something on Wood.
We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change will be spoiled by excellent customer service and the greatest prices. Check them out off Alessandro Boulevard. Go in there for an oil change, and they do a whole lot more. I get my wiper blades there at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. They got all the sports equipment They also can deck out those Letterman's jackets. They do team sales. They can embroider your polo shirts, your T-shirts, anything you might need. Ken's can hook it up. It's Ken's Sporting Goods out there in Horsetown, USA, Norco. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Man, I follow them on Instagram. So inspirational. Like, I read their posts on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like I could play again. I'm going to go train with Coach Ray Bass. I feel I can get back in game shape.
Do
it.
Do it.
I'm going to join the Boost family.
You got to say my name.
And I'm going to train. When I say Jeff Gorham at the door, that first strength and speed class is always free.
Do it, Pep.
But you got to say Jeff Gorham. Do it. And finally, Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. The special this week, a 2017 GMC Yukon. White exterior, black leather on the inside, navigation, backup camera, tow package. Save thousands at Catalano Motors, but you got to beat Jeff over there because Jeff texted me last night, true story, and said, I think I want that Yukon. You better hurry, Jeff. It's a special this week.
I got to tell you this. I went to my credit union and just to see if I'd qualify for it, and I did.
You did?
I did.
Here he comes, Derek Catalano.
I'm not kidding around. That's all I've been thinking about today. I looked it up on the website, and I'll tell you what.
You loved it.
Oh,
Did you fall in love?
Dude, I got 3 kids. They're all going to be 8 feet tall.
You need a big Yukon.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's the one car. I feel like I'd be the president of the United States driving around in that thing. It's awesome. Awesome.
It's the special this week at Catalano Motors. You can call Derek Catalano directly. Check them out, CatalanoCars.com. We come back. Talk a little high school baseball. We're going to have the skipper from the King Wolves on the show, the great Steve Madril, big-time Dodger fan as well. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Can you do the dances?
No. But right now we need to go straight to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. This guy was a star player. He pitched his tail off at UCR. He wins all the time in the city of the Riv. Hashtag the Riv raised him. It's the great Steve Madril. Coach, how are you doing today?
Beth, how's it going, man? Jeff, how's it going? Good. Always good to talk to you guys.
We are doing good. Hey, I have a quick question here. I've been sitting here; it's been bugging me. You started third in Chicago. That was the catchphrase of the old North High School, or as they say out here, North. We want to know this: is there a nickname for King High School since you've been there?
You know what? We actually haven't really even thought about one. I've heard a couple. I've heard, the War on Wood. I've heard a bunch of it, but nothing that we've opted as far as baseball program. Nothing definitely 3 and C this past couple weeks ago there.
Nothing good enough to embroider into a ball cap quite yet, but Kings off to a great start. They're first place right now in the land of the Big Eight. Big game tonight on the road at Norco as they will go under the lights, the Wolves and the Cougars. Coach, when you look at the Big Eight League, man, every single day in league play is a battle. Right now, you guys are on top. But what's it like playing in the Big Eight League, knowing that every single time you go out, you're going up against guys who they're going to be drafted in the Major League Draft. They've got Division I scholarships, including your team. You got a bunch of great guys, too. But the Big Eight League, I mean, it's really second to none. There's few leagues out there in Southern California that are better than the Big Eight.
You know what, Pep, I'm obviously biased because I'm in the league now, but I think that, the Big Eight is probably it's definitely the top league in our area. And I think Prescott that's number 8 ranked in the country as far as top to bottom. Every team's close with these guys. Every single stock fight, man, you go out, if you're not ready to play in the beginning, you're going to get beat. I don't care how good you are. The whole league, like I said, loaded with guys with great coaches. They've won a ton of games. The league itself is really one of the big reasons why, that game. I want to play with the best. I want to be among the best. I want our kids to be the best. So, it's obviously a big help for us.
Hey, Coach, can you call us right back? You were kind of dropping out a little bit on the cell phone call, so if you can, just go ahead and hang up and give us a call right back, and we'll put you right back on the air because we definitely want to talk about King baseball and the big game against Norco tonight. But they are in first place right now. They've got a 1-game lead on Santiago and Corona, so the Big Eight League is going to be tight coming down the stretch. And I'm going to ask him because the final week, they have the county clash, and they're playing Corona at San Manuel Stadium. The Big Eight League championship could be decided on the field that day. So you got some big games coming up.
The War on Wood. I kind of like that one. But we got to think of something.
The Hood on Wood.
Because
3 and C, third in Chicago was pretty cool. That was really catchy. Everyone bought into it. Even beyond just the baseball guys, everyone was kind of buying into it. So.
Well, when I'm lying in bed tonight, I'm going to be thinking about the nickname for the King Wolves, and we'll see if we can get something going.
Because they played off the street name, the corner street name.
Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, hey, what we're talking about, how many leagues in the area are better than the Big Eight? I would have to say the only league I can think of could possibly be the Trinity League out in Orange County.
Yeah, really? I mean, the Southwestern League had a great run, but as of right now, yeah, the Big Eight League is probably the best. Southwestern League still has some really good teams and players, but the Big Eight League is probably second to none.
I agree there.
So in the Trinity League, we're talking about, the Orange Lutherans, the modern days of the world, but the Big Eight League is certainly one of the best. Let's go straight back to the spoiled quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. Our friend Steve Madril. Hey, Coach, we were just talking about the fact that you guys are going to play Corona at a county clash. I know there's a lot of games in between now and then, but these are some huge games coming down the stretch, and I feel like the Big Eight League championship might not be decided until that final week, and who knows, maybe the final game of the season.
You know what? You're right, man. I mean, it's going to be it's obviously a great venue, and it's a good deal for our programs. Hopefully, we can get a bunch of people out there to check it out. But you're right that that league, the Big Eight, could very well come down the last couple of weeks. Honestly, for me as the head coach at King, I hope it doesn't. I hope we figure out stuff before that. But obviously, it's a great game, man. I think our whole league is forward to it. Our whole league's going to be there that day. So hopefully, we can get some guys out there, some people to come check it out.
Talking to Steve Madril, the head baseball coach at King High School. King's got a great program. Madril has them on top now of the Big Eight League. And, Coach, I know you're also proud of, helping your players get those 4-year scholarships. They move on. A lot of these guys are sticking close to home. You've got some at UCR. You've got some at CBU. How proud are you as a coach to see them getting a chance to continue their education and playing? I mean, specifically, I'm talking about like Nate Webb, who went in there at UCR as a true freshman, and he's doing fantastic. How proud are you as a coach?
You know what? That's one of the big things that I love about being a coach in our area is helping our guys get out to the next level. I mean, I think right now at King in our roster league, we got like 6 or 7 kids that are committed to Division I schools. And I've been fortunate that kids that we had at North were so talented. And then, just to see guys like Nate and Christian Koss over at UC Irvine. And we got Rory Smith at CBU. It's a good deal for me to see those kids move on, man. It's great for those families and stuff like that, where that hard work they put in growing up. And all that money that they invested playing the travel ball deal and all the lessons is finally starting to pay off for them. So it's a huge deal for myself and our program.
Well, nobody loves the Dodgers like Steve Madril does. Coach, I know you were out there. You were out there with the family at Dodger Stadium the other day. If you were in Dave Roberts' shoes, and I know they won last night. Don't get me wrong. They won last night. They've won 3 in a row, so things are starting to turn around a little bit. They're not in last place. What would you do if you were Dave Roberts to maybe jumpstart the lineup to get some run production here? What would you do? Would you change anything?
You know what? Obviously, I think the Dodgers. You get Turner back. He's a big part in their lineup. He kind of sets the tone, in that 3 spot. So him being hurt definitely hurts. But I mean, I'm sure you guys know, man. Baseball's a long season. It's 160 games. It's a grind. I think we've played 15 games so far. So for anybody to panic about the Dodgers being 7-9 right now, it's probably a little too early. That 15 games is really just dropping the water, dropping the bucket compared to what's going to happen at the end of September and October. But, I mean, if I was Dave Roberts, I wouldn't really panic right now. Just kind of keep playing, and you got to get Jansen back going again and then trying to figure out how to get some offense going.
Yeah, because Jeff over here was like, you know what? Season's over for the Dodgers. Let's plan for next year.
Next season. Hey, Coach, I have a quick question. What are your thoughts on shortening the Major League Baseball schedule? Because, do you think 162 games is too long? Because I know some of these players now are starting to come out and say the season might be a little bit too long.
You know what? It is long, man. 162 games. I mean, you don't see basketball teams playing 162 games, or you don't see golfers going out and playing 162 tournaments. It's a lot. It's a long season. It's 5-6 months of baseball, and I mean, it does seem weird now because there's a lot of off days early in the season. Like when I get home, I want to watch the Dodgers play, and they've had a lot of off days the first couple of weeks of the season. But I mean, I don't know, man. But those guys get paid a lot of money to play baseball, so if they're willing to take a pay cut, they keep playing some less games. But once you hit them in the pocketbook, I don't think they're going to want to start that season.
Yeah, if it comes down to money, they'll say, you know what, 180 games. Let's go 180 during the regular season. Coach Madril, you're one of our favorites, brother. Good luck tonight against Norco. We appreciate you taking some time here on the Inland Sports Show.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you. All right, bye.
All right, that's the great Steve Madril. See, don't panic about the Dodgers. Nobody knows the Dodgers like Steve Madril. He says don't panic. He wouldn't tinker with the lineup too much, but they do need to score some runs. The only guy hitting is Yasmani Grandal. Matt Kemp's hitting a little bit. Chris Taylor's doing some things in the field and at the plate. But
Jock Peterson.
No.
Oh.
Cody Bellinger. No. They're struggling.
And Bellinger put on some muscle this offseason. Thought maybe, he worked hard. He's not hitting the ball. Maybe
I don't know what's going on. But they did. They've won 3 in a row.
Yeah, they're playing the Padres.
They're not in last place. Yasmani Grandal's hitting the ball. Matt Kemp is actually doing pretty well out there. I think some people are surprised he even made the team out of spring training, but he's doing pretty well out there. One of the few guys hitting the baseball. So, again, don't panic. The Dodgers will be fine, Jeff. I know you lose a lot of sleep at night.
I do,
thinking about the Dodgers. Are they going to score some runs? In fact, I know you get up at like 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
You only got 2 hours of sleep. Did you stay up the whole Dodgers game till midnight or
I do
12:30?
I stay up till at least 11 every night. Yeah, that's not very much sleep now I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should go to bed at like 8.
But wonder you look like a zombie when you walk in here.
I do, but then I drink about 9 cups of coffee, and I'm ready to go.
And you watch the Dodgers stay up late.
Darn right I will. I do like the Dodgers, but I'm more of an Angels guy. But I National League, I'll go Dodgers.
You dabble in the Dodgers.
I dabble a little bit. I hope they do well. Does that make sense?
They will.
All right, I hope so.
But they're like, 6-9, 7-9?
Yeah,
they're barely under 500.
Yeah,
Come on.
But and they're playing a goofy. They're playing some teams right now. They can get
some wins.
Get some wins. That's important. Learn how to win with this new guys.
The Padres.
Yeah. Padres, man.
They're going to get some wins in San Diego.
What did our guy Jim Alexander call him yesterday? Was it
the quadruple A Padres? So above triple A, but not quite major league level. Or was that the A's?
It was both.
But it fits the Padres, too.
Oh, it definitely fits the Padres.
Call a spade a spade. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Something else that Jim Alexander brought up yesterday, I think he was there today, was LAFC, the soccer team, breaking ground. And, they actually have the stadium, but they cut, the giant scissors and the ceremonial ribbon. They cut it, and they open up the new stadium. So the LAFC, the new soccer team, got their new stadium. We'll talk about that. Plus, Tom Brady, will he not come back?
Is he retiring?
Don't say it.
Go, get out. Go back.
Tom Brady, will he not return to the Patriots? I think that's a lie, but we'll talk about it anyways. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
How you guys doing? Ray Bass here again at Corona High with the Corona High football program with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's boost training tip, it's all about top end speed, getting our knees up. We're talking about the A-run. Come see what it's all about. Okay, so we're working on right now, you can call it top end speed, absolute speed, max speed. Really all that means is that we're opening up our stride, getting our knees up. And one of the things we like to emphasize here is that cyclical action with the legs. So with the A-run, all we're doing is pulling our heel to our butt, stepping over and around the opposite knee, and it's all about turnover. We want to get as many reps as we can. So Jake's gonna go ahead, he's gonna jog to the hash, and then he's gonna hit a nice and quick A-run all the way to the opposite hash. Here we go, ready? And go. Jog, 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 hit. Heel to the butt, toes up, over and around, over and around, over and around, over and around. Nice, very nice, very nice. So you want to get as many reps as you can here. You always want to have your ankle locked, toes pointing to the top of your shoe. A great drill to emphasize is getting your knees up, getting that cyclical action, the A-run. If you're not doing it, you better be doing it, and we do it right here at Boost.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
You give a mind test. You give it a door test. Before you get out of the car, you lock both doors. Then you walk around the back of the car and you look through the rear window. If she doesn't reach over and lift up that button for you so you can get in, dump her. Just like that? Listen to me, kid. If she doesn't reach over and lift up that button for you so you can get in, that means she's a selfish broad, and all you're seeing is the tip of the iceberg. You dump her, and you dump her fast.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, did your parents own a house in Orange Crest in the early 90s?
Yes, they did.
Steve Madril wants to know.
Yes. Madril, I remember.
Texting him right now.
Yes, they did. The Gorham family lived on the hill.
The Gorham Manor.
Yes, I believe Steve was a neighbor.
He was?
I think he was. My parents' neighbor, yeah.
You guys were running around the same circles?
Yeah, of course. We all.
Hashtag the Riv raised me.
Hey, some circles.
Some circles, they call Jeff the mayor. I haven't been in those circles yet.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, Coach Madril, the original skipper, says I grew up like 4 houses down from him.
That's right.
So all that noise and racket come from the Gorham house?
No,
because that was you.
No, because we were already grown. I was a grown man. My parents moved up there. We were living by Ramona, and then my parents went hoity-toity and moved up to Orange Crest. Oh, yeah.
Steve Madril comes over there.
Yeah,
Very nice.
That's right. Yeah, there were a few people that lived on that street. A couple guys. Hey, you and I were talking off the air. Some funny stories, though. Some funny stories in Riverside. We'll have to share that one someday.
Are we going to get in that one, or are we going to wait for Mark Gard to maybe?
I don't know, but I will say this. Somebody did tell me, I'll say Mark Gard told me this. He goes, you know what? You were always the best BSer I've ever met.
Mark Gard said that?
Yeah, but he's my best friend.
Yeah.
So, and I'd go, oh, you're my best friend, Pat. I'm sorry.
We're like family.
We are family. We are. You and I are best. Forget Mark Gard. Best man, whatever. Okay. No, but he goes, you know what? You were the best BSer I've ever met. And I said, really? And he goes, I go, what happened? He goes, well, now you're a storyteller.
Oh.
Because I'm on the radio.
You're like a real broadcaster
I'm a storyteller. I'm like Garrison Keillor. Do you remember Garrison Keillor?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
Who is this guy?
Garrison Keillor was one of the finest radio broadcasters in the history of the world.
He was?
Yes.
Hey, this past weekend, Greg Bell passed away.
Wait.
What? I mean, not Greg Bell, Art Bell.
Oh, Art Bell. Oh my God, Greg Bell.
Art Bell, another.
No, I did hear that. Art Bell, yes.
But no,
Coast to Coast, the guy who started Coast to Coast.
Garrison Keillor was one of the finest storytellers in American history. He had a show, I think it was it was on radio every Sunday night. Down Home Companion. I think our Prairie Down Home Companion. So yeah, I have fallen in the steps of Garrison Keillor.
You know what I say?
What do you say?
If it's not DJ Quick, I don't listen to it.
Hey,
that's
DJ,
that's
a
radio
guy?
legend.
Oh, let's tell him a story. We had DJ Quick in studio.
You tell the story.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want any part of this. I'm getting in the middle.
Call him out.
El Pollo Loco.
I had to call him out. DJ Quick was in our studio just a bit ago. And I was going to go in. I said I wanted beef. And Greg will tell you, Greg, did I walk into that meeting room?
Did you want beef?
Yes.
I said, I want beef. Where's DJ?
Chicken.
No, I wasn't. Oh, he brought in El Pollo Loco.
He did.
Which was very nice of DJ Quick.
Very nice.
DJ Quick's a wonderful guy. But I did want to go some West Coast. I think he might be a West Coast guy.
You're like an LAIE.
Yeah,
rap battle.
I wanted to go beef.
Rap battle.
Yeah.
He actually, I believe he lives in Rialto.
He lives in
Rialto?
He's from Rialto.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, but I was ready.
So how about San Bernardino County versus Riverside County?
I wanted a rap battle.
We could do that.
He was spitting rhymes about Kanye, and they had a big beef.
Huge
beef. Huge. It was one of the best beef tracks ever.
Can you imagine if you ended up on TMZ, the Jeff Gorham and DJ Quick beef?
Yeah, I want to beef with him. DJ Quick, if you're listening, buddy.
Let's beef.
Let's beef, man. I went in as I took some of your tortillas. I took some of your chicken you brought.
That wasn't for you. That was for the old 99.1 KGGI crew.
Well,
the mixers, man.
The mixers? No.
Greg Holla and his mixers.
I went in looking to start a beef. I wanted to get him on the show and actually talk smack to him, but he ran.
He dodged you.
He dodged me. He had to go back to Rialto and take care of him. I was ready to go some beefing. I was. You saw me.
Yeah, you were ready.
I was ready.
You're like, come on, Pep, let's go beef. And I'm like, I'm pretty comfortable.
You were a little worried. You were worried about that?
I was real worried.
Man, you would have came after me with this group of guys. But, I'm big. I'm a large man. Nobody could take me down. All right, I'm sorry. I went off topic.
Yeah, but DJ Cook was in the house. That was pretty cool.
It was very, very cool.
Big things happening.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him on the Love and Hip Hop. MTV or whatever that show
is. That a show?
VH1, yes. Love and Hip Hop. You don't
What's
watch
he
it?
on? No, I don't watch it.
He's, you know,
kidding me?
He goes out with those hot chicks, those hot video girls. What do they call those things? Vixens, the video vixens. And they have their own TV show. And occasionally he'll be like a character on there.
He is?
Yeah, he's been on there a few times.
Because when Greg Holla said his name, you're like, oh, I love that guy. And I'm like, who is that guy?
I didn't say I loved him. I said I wanted to fight him.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I wanted to go in.
I misheard the words,
Man,
I guess.
I
love him. I want to fight him.
I want a beef with someone so bad. Someone with street cred. Not
with
somebody,
street cred?
Yeah, it can't be just like a buddy of mine that like wears a polo shirt. I want a guy that's like a tough guy with dreads or
you can't work at Pottery Barn.
No, he can't.
You can't scoop ice cream.
No, I want a
You can't be a dog walker. You got to be straight up in the rap game, street cred, from Rialto.
Anybody that can talk smack to Kanye West needs to have a battle with me. That's all I can say. I'm dropping my mic. Just dropped it.
Just dropped it and you walked away.
Yes, I did.
Parting words by Jeff Gorham.
Yep.
So LAFC, the new Los Angeles Football Club of MLS, they started their season, but they haven't had a home match yet because they just broke open their new stadium. The stadium's done. They brought out the big fake scissors and the big ribbon, and they cut the ribbon, and now they can actually break it open this weekend. But it got me thinking, Jeff. I think a professional soccer franchise, and I'm talking about the Ontario Fury because they play indoor. That's a little bit different. I'm talking about full-on MLS, outdoor, real grass stadium. I think it could work in the IE.
You do?
Yeah, because we do a lot of like live streaming of soccer, and we do some stuff with IMG TV.
Oh, yeah.
Soccer outperforms everything else that we do. High school soccer is huge in this area. If high school soccer and the lower soccer levels like AYSO and the travel teams, if there's a huge following, like why I couldn't see them not going to support a local team. Let's say they stuck one here in Riverside or San Bernardino, one of those areas. If they built a stadium, I think it would do well.
How many teams though are in Southern California? I'm a novice to my soccer.
That's it. LAFC and the Galaxy.
And then they used to have that other one that was
they had Chivas USA. Yeah.
What happened to them?
Yeah, it's basically the same franchise.
It's just been absorbed.
They folded, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they have the San Jose Earthquakes, but that's up north.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could work because soccer is huge out here. I'm not going to lie. And there's that big soccer stadium that out in
like Norco, Eastville area.
Yeah, that area.
Silver Lakes.
That's I think UCLA played a game there last year. And they brought like 8,000 to 10,000 people to watch that game.
Like if you told me, hey, we're going to try to put a Major League Baseball team in the IE, I'd be like, I don't know if that's going to work. Or we're going to put an NBA team in the IE, I'd be like, I don't know if they're going to get the support they need, especially not an NFL team. But if you put a soccer team, like a pro soccer team, I think that's maybe one of the few like top-level professional sports that might actually thrive. Because, again, if you build an NFL stadium, we're talking, 60, 80,000 people?
Yes.
A soccer stadium might be like 15 to 20,000 people. That's more reasonable, especially if you have a rabid fan base like we do here in the IE for soccer. I think that might actually kind of work. But again, I haven't heard anything like they're going to bring like an MLS franchise out here or anything like that. But I could see something like that working out here. If someone said, you know what, LA's got enough MLS teams. Let's take one out to the IE. Let's give one to the people out there, the 951 and the 909.
I can see it. We have to get our guy, Dennis Pope, on it.
Oh, that's right. He's our soccer guy.
He is the soccer guru.
Because there's a lot of minor league teams around because there's several different leagues. And again, they don't fall under the same ladder, under the same umbrella, like the different rungs. There's leagues all over the place.
I think that's the problem with soccer right now. Isn't that what they're fighting for right now?
Well, yeah, when we had Dennis Pope, who's a local soccer reporter, and he's the director of communications for one of the leagues as well. That's the thing. It's like there's no, like if you look at baseball, it's very easy. Like a team like let's say the Dodgers, they have all their affiliates and it works their way up all the way to AAA and obviously to the big leagues. In soccer, everyone's rogue. Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing, and there's not a lot of direct affiliation with the MLS level. So I don't know if they're saying, if they would bring an MLS team out here, but maybe it used to be called the A-League, which is like first division, like right below MLS. I'd love to see like an A-League, like a first division team out here because we have Riverside Coros.
Right.
We had the San Bernardino squad, which just folded, unfortunately.
They did?
Yeah, they folded last summer.
And then there's a team out by the LA.
There's Temecula, too. Temecula FC. Temecula has a team.
Yeah, I just think that there's so many different branches of soccer that, like I think we've talked about with Pope, is that they need to have something that if you do well, you move up, and if you do poorly, you drop down, so you have a hierarchy of competition.
Yeah, that's what they call it, the delegation. Like if you have a bad year, so let's say like for the Sacramento Kings, they'd be like, you know what, you guys were really bad. We're sending you to the D League. Yeah, you're done. And whoever wins the D League, hey, you get a shot at the NBA. We're bringing you guys up to the big time, to the big show.
Yeah.
So
Hey, apparently remember I talked about Ashley yesterday on the Channel 7.
Ashley Brewer.
Apparently,
you said you loved her golden hair.
I did. Apparently, it got back to her.
It did?
It did. Angel Viscara, our buddy, just showed
World
her.
famous.
World famous. And he says she likes ugly guys, so I'm in.
She likes ugly guys?
That's what he said. He was being silly, but he said he shared it with her and gave me a funny face. So
she must have been very flattered.
I would love to get her on the show. I would.
That was good.
That
you say in a different tone of voice.
I would love to get her on the show.
There it is.
Just to talk. Man, I'd love to talk some sports with her. She's an amazing basketball analyst. I'd like to get her on the show.
When we come back, speaking of basketball, if you could hurry and tweet at her, maybe she'll call and chime in the conversation. We're going to talk NBA playoffs. Big games last night. We got big games tonight. Big games all the way around. And we will do our best to get Ashley Brewer from ABC7 on the show because she's a big fan, and we're a big fan of hers too.
Darn right.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump. All right, we're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports. Really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended, and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing. We have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff that do stuff for us outside the store, and I've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Afternoon delight.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass, and Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. You all right, Jeff?
Hey, man, I was just reading.
Yeah, but you're struggling. You got a medicine ball, not like a real medicine ball that you throw around and like Mark Guard lifting weights. I mean, like a medicine ball, like you're drinking a medicine ball.
Yeah, I had death this weekend. Death hit me hard, and now it's now drawing down to my chest. So I'm doing a little coughing.
Ooh wee.
But other than that, I feel fine. I'm just having a hard time from not coughing, but I have a nice lozenge. I got a medicine ball, and I got a coffee, and I am ready, Pep. Let's talk some NBA hoops.
Every day is a battle.
No.
So you get up too early. So if you're sick and you're not getting enough sleep, you're never going to win. It's an uphill battle. It's like the Dodgers not being able to hit. You're not, even if Clayton Kershaw throws a gem, you're going to lose.
I am like Charlie Sheen. I am drinking the tiger blood, and I am always winning, my friend. Always winning.
Hashtag winning. Let's talk a little NBA playoffs. We got a couple teams that's gone up 2-0 in their playoff series. Last night, the one that I'm shocked by, because think about this. New Orleans doesn't even have DeMarcus Cousins on the floor. But New Orleans is absolutely running through Portland. They won 2 games on the road in the Rose City. Now it goes back to the Big Easy, and the Pelicans are up 2-0 on the Portland Trail Blazers. They won last night, 111-102.
Do you know why they won that ball game? It's not the brow.
It's not the brow.
It is
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday. I don't know if anybody knows this. Drew. J-R-U-E. Weird thing. But here's the deal with this. You guys remember that he didn't play last year?
He didn't?
Do you know why? His wife had a brain tumor, and she was pregnant. He took a year off to take care of her and the baby. Took an entire year off to spend time with his family. Comes back this year through adversity, the guys getting hurt. He has been the staple of the playoffs.
I can appreciate that. I like that guy now.
I'm going to say this. Of the playoffs so far this year, he has been the MVP of the playoffs.
Of the first round.
Of the first round, by far. Averaging over 27 points a game. And in crunch time, and I've watched this game very closely because I enjoy good basketball. I think Damian Lillard is, probably in the top 3 offensive players in the league right now.
Really?
I do. I could watch him shoot.
Young Dame?
I could watch him shoot all day long. But I will say this, Drew Holiday, stopped him. And then you watch at the end of the games, they put Holiday on Lillard, and he has stopped him.
So not only is Holiday getting it done on the offensive end, but on the defensive end of the court, they're putting him on the best player. They're putting him on Dame Lillard.
The last 2 games, he is 0 for 8 from the field when Holiday is guarding him in
That's
crunch
impressive.
time. In crunch time. And he dives on the floor. He talks. He's a leader on the court. He is one of those guys that, as a coach, you would love to have. And I never thought this of Holiday. I know he's got 2 other brothers that are great players. He has one that's in the NBA now, one that's coming into the NBA from UCLA. But I have been impressed with this young man, and I'm even more impressed after the story that I read about him today, that he took care of his wife and baby while she was going through hard times. And he's come back, and I have a great respect for the young man.
Yeah, same here. That's very admirable.
And that makes me like teams. They could be my new team. Because I go from the Lakers
to the Warriors. You're already off Golden State?
No, but I do. This is my feel-good story of the year right here.
Your dark horse.
Okay, my dark horse. No, it's just my feel-good story, and you gotta always hope that guys like Drew Holiday get the best, have the best. And it looks like maybe karma has paid off.
Well, Portland is the 3 seed, right?
Yes.
So if you want to call the Pelicans a dark horse, I will give that to you.
Well,
that could be a dark horse. If you want that, I'll give it to you.
Okay, that'll be my dark horse.
Your dark horse.
Just because I am now a Drew Holiday fan.
So now they're going back to New Orleans, and they're up 2-0 in the series against the number 3 seed Portland Trail Blazers, which is crazy.
But I think I told you before the series started, I thought the Pelicans would get them because they have 2 guards, and that's it. There's nobody else on that team besides McCollum.
At least New Orleans has Holiday. They've got Rajon Rondo, which for everything he is and isn't, he's still a pretty good player. You've got Anthony Davis, obviously, who's maybe top 5 players in the NBA.
Yes,
top 5, somewhere
top 3.
Top 3.
If you're going to start a franchise right now, I would start. Maybe he might be my number 1 guy.
Number 1?
Number 1 guy. If you're starting a franchise now.
You would take him over LeBron.
Yeah, because LeBron's at the tail of.
You would take him over Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Over Steph Curry.
Yes.
Over James Harden.
Yes.
Over Russell Westbrook.
Yes. Because he's young.
Over Ben Simmons?
Yes, over Ben Simmons because he can shoot. He's a stretch 7-footer.
Wow.
Yeah, he's my number 1 guy. If I was to start a franchise today, he would be my number 1 pick.
Can you imagine if they had Run DMC, if they had DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis and Rajon Rondo and Drew Holiday? Like all of a sudden, I'm like convincing myself, man, New Orleans is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not a big DeMarcus Cousins fan. I don't think he adds much to a team. He didn't make the Kings any better.
No, never did.
When he was with the Pelicans.
He put up huge numbers, and they were always the same level of garbage.
And when he was with the Pelicans this year, I didn't see much better. I saw when he left, I think they played better as a team. Rondo's kind of got a resurgence of his career.
And, I think this is proof of it. Yeah. Going on the road to the number 3 seed, and you win the first 2 games of the playoff series. It's, if they would have dropped the first 2, people would probably be saying, man, you know what? If they had DeMarcus Cousins, this could be a series. But they're already up 2-0. They're probably thinking like, oh, yeah, DeMarcus Cousins plays for New Orleans? Some people, I'm sure, forgot.
They have, and I'll tell you this.
He got hurt a long time ago. Was it around Christmas? It was a long time ago.
Yeah, and they play defense. They play team defense, and I think that all starts with Holiday. Holidays, if you watch the games and you watch specifically him, you don't watch Rondo, you watch him. He is really the spark plug of that team. Fun to watch.
Over in the East from last night, Boston went up 2-0 on Milwaukee. The Celtics won last night 120-106. Brad Stevens does more with less than I think any other coach in the NBA. Because with Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, everyone thought, you know what? Boston's going to beat Cleveland this year. But when they both went down with injuries, in fact, Gordon Hayward in the first game of the season, it was like, you know what? Boston, they'll be good next year. This year, Hayward going down and then Kyrie Irving going down recently in the last couple of weeks, and he's going to be out for the entire playoffs, however far they go. People are like, you know what? Next year. They're young. They'll be back next year. But you know what, Jeff? I think the Celtics are saying, no. This year, we're missing our two top stars, but this year we're going to make a run.
A lot of those guys are playoff battle-tested. But I'll tell you, how tough has Terry Rozier been? He's averaging 23 points in the series. Bledsoe, did you hear about this? Bledsoe called him out, and they said, hey, they asked Eric Bledsoe what they thought of Terry Rozier, and he said, I don't know who the F you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know your – and you're shocking when you say that, and then you go out and you get your butt kicked. He had 23 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds.
I don't believe that. He knows who he is.
Of course he does. He's just mad.
You think they sit in a film room and they don't mention names?
No,
they say, cover number 7.
They know.
No, they don't know the names.
They know exactly who he is. But, a good coach, playoff tested last year. The guys, the core of those guys are back. The guys that they've had have played in other playoff series with other teams. Boston's really good. They're really good.
Could they make a run this year? I mean, because I still think LeBron can carry the Cavaliers on his back. I still feel like if they've got LeBron, they've got a chance. And then I also, again, I like Philadelphia. I still like Philadelphia to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But Boston is making me a believer despite all the star power. They got Al Horford, who looks like a young Al Horford again. He's been great.
He's been great. He shoot the ball. He's hitting everything from that top right side of the three-point line. He can shoot the ball. But I'm just not sold on them going to the Eastern Conference and winning that conference. I'm not sold on Cleveland winning that. I'm just not. You don't lose your first game to a team you should beat by 30 on your home floor. Yeah. I think Cleveland is done. I don't even think they make the conference finals. I think you have guys. I think Toronto is still going to be the team. Toronto's putting up a lot of points. They put up 130 last night.
Yeah.
The Wizards put up 119, but when you can outscore your defense, I mean, your defense is your offense. They're putting up 130 points. 130 points in a playoff game. I think Toronto's pretty good when they're hitting on all cylinders. They of two really good guards.
Boston's up 2-0 on Milwaukee, and I think everyone was pointing to the Bucks, the Greek Freak, Giannis, to be, kind of like a LeBron. Like, you know what? I don't have a really good supporting cast, but I'm going to carry these guys. Like, he was good enough to lead these guys maybe out of the first round. I guess they're just not there yet because on paper, Boston and Milwaukee are pretty even, like on paper at least. But even with, you'd say the best player in the series is the Greek Freak, right? He's the best player in the series on the floor between the Celtics and the Bucks right now. But even with Milwaukee having the best player, they're just not a complete team. In fact, Tony Snell plays like 20 or 30 minutes a night. I feel like they're not utilizing him. I always look in the box score, and he only takes like 3 shots. But he plays like 27 minutes, but he only takes like 3 shots. He's got like 2 points. It's like, come on, Greek Freak can't take every shot. The Middleton guy, he can't take every shot.
No, and you look at, I mean, the Greek Freak is a good player, like very great athlete, probably the best athlete in the NBA. If you put him,
that's why they call him a freak. Yeah, I would athletically just a wondrous guy,
comparable to LeBron James athletically, not playing wise. But they don't have enough pieces around him to make a run this year. They're gonna, they've had to change coaches midseason. They're gonna
your roommate, Jason Kidd.
That's a big difference. You don't have a system in place with your new coach. They're a year away. They're going to add some pieces because guys will want to play with the Greek Freak. They're just going to. He's that good a player, and why not? You're going to get a little pub when you play with guys that are that good, that athletic.
And also in the East, Toronto, the #1 seed out there. They beat Washington last night, 130 to 119. Like you mentioned, Jeff, high-scoring game. DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch in that Raptors backcourt. Again, the whole season, maybe it's because they're north of the border and we don't see them or talk about them that much, but I was just never sold on Toronto. I don't really like the Wizards either, but I was never sold on Toronto. But I'm starting to come around a little bit. Just because they have the star power. I like the stars. I like the superstars. Like, I look at Boston, and I'm like, they don't really have any superstars on the floor right now, but they're winning. Toronto's got 2 really good top-end players in DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. And I'm starting to come around because usually guys will use the playoffs as their coming-out party. And I know if you're in the East or you're a Kyle Lowry fan or a Raptors fan, you already know about these guys. You see them all the time. But out here on the West in Southern California, I know DeRozan, he's a USC guy, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? Okay, maybe they are good enough because the East is so, I don't want to say weak. I'll say wide open and competitive is what I'll say.
Yeah, and I have been sold on Toronto. Like I said, they have two explosive guards. DeRozan, he had 37 last game. They had 44 points in the first quarter. But I'll tell you what, the disappearance of a couple guys for Washington, Bradley Beal has been non-existent in these playoffs. He needs to be that second guy in that offense, and he just hasn't done it.
You know what's crazy is, so when John Wall, who's probably their best player,
went down,
they were really good, and Bradley Beal was really good. And then John Wall comes back, and I think it kind of disrupted what Washington had going.
Yeah,
that's what San Antonio was kind of worried about. If Kawhi Leonard came back at the very end, would he disrupt any momentum that San Antonio had going into the playoffs?
And obviously something's going on because Bradley Beal was 3 for 11. He was in foul trouble. He only had 9 points. You can't put up 9 points in a playoff game if you have been the leading scorer for your team all season long and expect to win a series, especially against a team that is seeded #1 in the East.
All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk some of that hardball, Jeff. We know you love the hardball.
I love baseball.
UCR, we're going to talk about the Kook, your home of the Quakes here on Fox Sports IE. And also Will Myers, Padres All-Star. He played last night in Lake Elsinore. Didn't go too well. Don't panic. We got the details next. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, And I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
as an adult. Was that you?
Probably, yeah. Don't wear your hat backwards.
Don't eat fast food.
Yes.
Was that you? Was that me and you?
I think we've talked about this before.
Oh, there was a list. There was someone I was talking. I thought it was you. There was a list that if you're a grown up, there's things that you shouldn't be doing if you get older.
You don't wear your hat backwards?
And like all of them on the list, I was like, you know what? I don't do that anyways. But there was two things on the list as an adult they say you shouldn't do. One of them was wear your hat backwards, which I'm guilty of.
I am
and
right
two
now.
is fast food. I can't quit fast food.
What's your
I can't quit you.
I love fast food. I think I love fast food more than anybody. Look at this.
More than everybody in the world.
Anybody in the world, I love fast food. I love just biting into
You love a combo burrito, don't you?
Oh, there's
Is that
nothing.
your thing?
Seriously, okay, you're walking the green mile. You got to walk that green mile, Pep.
Your last meal.
Your last
meal, Jeff. What's your last meal?
Well, I'm going to say I love Smedberg's twice-baked spaghetti, when she has sausage and meatballs.
Pizza balls.
It's pretty good. But no, if I was to take the walk down the green mile, I'm going to go the combination burrito from the old Del Taco of my youth, which I'll have to drive out to the guards will have to drive out to Barstow and get the recipe, because the Del Taco there has the perfect.
It's different?
Yes.
It's
you didn't
that
know
good?
That? Oh, they go old recipe style. So if you go to everybody that's listening right now knows that if you drive to the Del Taco in Barstow, you're going to Vegas. It is the old tasting flavors of the original Del Taco. I'd go combination burrito. I'd go bun taco.
A bun taco? What's that?
What do you mean, what's that?
A taco burger?
It's called a bun taco, my friend. They steam the bun. They steam it. They steam the bun. And it's just a magical concoction of a taco in a bun. But it's a bun taco.
It's a bun taco. It's a taco burger.
No. And there's a place, and then I would ask for, because this is my last
hot
meal.
sauce.
Not from there, though.
Lots of hot sauce.
The hot sauce I would get from Taco Tia. And there's only one Taco Tia left in the world, and it's in Redlands.
That's the only one?
Yes. It used to be a chain all across the Inland Empire. And they have I could drink their hot sauce. A buddy of mine came to school today who recently moved to Texas. Buddy Tom Chapman brought me a Taco Tia taco and burrito.
Was it the best day of your life?
It was the best day I've had so far this year, because he gave me extra hot sauce and I drank it. It was that good. It's phenomenal. What would be your Green Mile?
And
people are listening right now are going, man, I'm thinking about my last meal.
Because right about now is right before dinner. Like, people are sitting in their cars thinking, man, my stomach is growling.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what am I going to get for dinner? Am I going to pick up something on the way home?
Taco
is my wife or my husband, are they going to whip up something in the kitchen? What are we going to have for dinner? What are we going to feed the kids? Everyone's thinking about that. They're out there playing a high school baseball game. What are we going to eat afterwards? I'm starving.
What would you be your go-to? You're walking down that Green Mile.
Man, that's really tough. I don't think I love food like Jeff Gorham loves food. But
gluten-free?
But gluten-free, that's right. I don't know, lasagna?
From where, though? It has to be would it be mom's?
Specific lasagna?
Yeah, it's like something that there's nothing that Pep Fernando's goes around the Inland Empire and says,
I don't know if there's anything I crave. Is that weird?
Nothing?
I don't know if I necessarily crave anything.
I saw you fall in love with that sandwich we had.
The one in Santa Barbara?
Yeah, you'll always remember that sandwich. I guarantee you for the rest of your life.
I got a picture of it.
I know.
I got a picture of it.
I laid next to mine in my bed and just hugged
named it.
Oh, yeah. It was beautiful.
Born January 28th, 6 pounds, 3 ounces, 18 inches long.
Hey, now you live somewhere in the IE, somewhere near Redlands.
Does Batman say where the Batcave is?
No.
No, so I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live, Jeff. I don't want you showing up at my doorstep. But yeah, somewhere in the IE, somewhere in the Redlands area. Okay. On the border of Redlands.
Do me a favor.
Okay.
Stop over at Taco Tia.
I know where it's at. Okay. I've been there.
Okay. Order a combo burrito.
Okay.
You like hot sauce?
Kind of.
You got to smother it like it's soup almost. Just dunk it in there.
Like it's gravy.
Tell me it's gravy. It is the single best taste in the whole world. And I think you might be sold on it.
I might have to do that.
But see, they're not going to be a sponsor because only one left, and it's probably run by a guy who lives in a cart and goes, I can't afford. I just got to keep it going because it's literally the last one left.
The last one. It's like the last dinosaur. The meteors hit the Earth. It's covered in ashes.
Yeah,
everything's dying off, and there's one left.
Yeah, but
that's it.
When it dies, the hot sauce will die. And
the hot sauce will die too.
There's nothing better in the world than that hot sauce. Yes.
Then you need to go there. You need to get the recipe and say, listen, before you guys die off like the dinosaurs, don't go like the T-Rex. Give me the recipe so it can live forever.
I want to put it in spaghetti. I want to make noodles. And I want
spicy spaghetti?
Yes, I want to try it. It's the one thing I've thought about. I'm like, man, I like pasta.
There's one thing you think about. Yeah. That's that one thing you think about.
I could put some, a 5-blend Mexican cheese on top and you'd have spaghetti and then that hot sauce all over it, like the sauce.
So Cincinnati does like a chili spaghetti.
Yes.
This would be like a Southern California Mexican spaghetti.
It is something I've wanted to try for quite some time. If anybody wants to bring me just the hot sauce, I will take it home and I will make my concoction, which I think could be something special. It could be my last meal as I walk
on the Green Mile.
Yes.
UC Riverside baseball live at Grand Canyon University. Live updates here on the Inland Sports Show. If you're a Highlander fan, they're losing 3-0 right now. 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. So the Highlanders down to their final 3 outs as we are going to move to the 9th in a second.
Is this a non-conference game?
Oh, this is way non-conference.
Hey, their football team's undefeated, you know. Grand Canyon. They're undefeated. It says in their commercial.
I wanted to say that about UCR, but no, they had a football team.
They had
a real live football team.
Bob Toledo was their coach.
That's a big football name.
That's a huge football name. Bob Toledo ended his career at San Diego State.
They had guys go to the NFL.
Yes,
it was a big time program.
Oh yeah, big time.
I would love. There's got to be one out there. Someone listening might have one. A UCR football helmet.
That would be cool.
Like what was on the
I wonder if Ben Buns has one.
Like an R on the side or a UCR?
We should reach out to the Buns family. See if
the
Buns,
Scotty logo. Like what was on the side?
The brothers Buns played there. Maybe
one of the Buns brothers
maybe might have a helmet.
There's lots of Buns running around. One of them has to have a helmet.
He has to have
lots of Buns.
You know what? Maybe we should reach out to our guys over at UC Riverside and see if there's a helmet anywhere. We should put it up.
There might be one like in the foyer, like one of the the trophy cabinets, like where they have a foyer.
Yeah,
where they have like a helmet on display.
I think we should go over.
They might, somewhere deep in the bowels of UCR, they might have a closet, kind of like the Vatican has all the artifacts.
Yes.
They might
the
have
reliquary.
They might have a UCR helmet. I would love to have a UCR football helmet in the studio.
You know what? I'm going to go over there and see if they give us one on loan.
Do it.
We'll have to go say, Miss Jones, Miss Tamika Smith-Jones, can we please borrow a football helmet on loan from UC Riverside?
You'll get it back.
Yeah, maybe. They might get it back, but I want to go over and ask. I might go over and try to.
So you've got a field trip. You've got to go get salsa, hot sauce.
No. Somebody has to bring me the
they have to bring it to you. You're not going to go get it?
It's too far for me to drive. But you live by it, so maybe you can bring it by and just. I tell them I want like a 2-liter or a 32-ounce cup of it.
You're like, here's my venti cup from Starbucks. Just fill it up to the top.
I just worry it might eat through the cup. It's
pretty hot.
No, it's not hot. It's just so darn good. It wants to get out.
It wants to get out.
Oh, it's the best.
Get in my belly.
It is the best in the world, my friend.
So UCR's losing to GCU right now, 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Rancho Cucamonga, the Kook, home of the Quakes right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Oh, the Kook lost last night. I could hear it in Mike Lindskog's voice. They lost 11-7 last night, but they'll bounce back. They always do.
Hey, their all-star from last year just got traded yesterday.
He did?
He did. And he didn't. He got traded to Cincinnati. You know what I'm talking about, Greg?
Come on, Greg.
No,
not DJ. He's too big. He's a big
man. They're one of their players who led in home runs last year.
I bet you Mike Lindskog tonight on the broadcast will bring that up.
Yeah, he was traded to the Cincinnati Reds, but he was dropped down a division, and last year he was in the All-Star game. I wish I knew his name. I was like, wow, I heard this last night listening to the ball game.
Oh, you were? You're listening to Mike Lindskog.
I listened.
The Skog Dog.
I listened for Skog, and I listened
Skog Dog.
And I listened to Greg Holla as he sends them off into commercials and stuff. I got to support my guy, Greg Holla.
Mike Skoggy Skog.
Skog man.
He's the best. Greg, are we 6:20 pregame again for the Quakes? 6:20 pregame, 6:35 first pitch, right around there. You know, when you go to Lancaster, it's almost like the Twilight Zone. You don't know exactly for sure. Maybe 6:22. Greg sits here. He's ready to go, though.
So there's actually a stadium in Lancaster, huh?
Yeah, the hangar.
Oh, that's the one you said you went
out to.
The
launch pad. The
and
hangar.
You said it was like being in another world.
Another world.
Is that weird?
It was weird, just because there's wildfires. Last time I was there, there's wildfires like all around us. You could barely see through the smoke and the haze. It looked like a scene out of a Solo, a Star Wars story. It was crazy looking.
Coming out pretty soon.
Yeah. I hope it's good. I hate The Last Jedi, so I'm hoping Star Wars will win me back.
I hope so. It's lost me for a while.
The Storm beat the 66ers last night by a score of 9-1. Your boy, Buddy Reed.
Not Buddy.
Of the Storm. He had 2 home runs. He had 2 RBI, or 2 doubles and 6 RBI.
6 ribbies?
Buddy Reed. So if you're a Padres fan, you might just want to call Buddy Reed straight to the pros right now, straight to the big leagues, because the Padres need some hitting. Buddy Reed, remember that name, Buddy Reed of the Storm. 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 6 RBI in that win against the 66ers last night, 9-1.
Now, you said that there was a Padre in rehab.
Will Myers.
And
he's an all-star.
He is an all-star, but how long's he down there for? He was 0 for 3 yesterday.
I can report right now, breaking news on the Inland Sports Show, that Will Myers of the San Diego Padres, all-star, big-time hitter, like middle-of-the-order hitter, is back with Lake Elsinore tonight.
He is.
He will play against the 66ers once again tonight. Breaking news, if you're heading out to the Diamond, you can check him out. Will Myers of the Padres. But last night, didn't go so good for our boy Will Myers. 0 for 3 and 2 strikeouts.
Oh, tough one.
But again, I don't get too caught up in those rehab games. I saw Mike Trout stink it up here for the 66ers, right?
He only had 1 hit, I think, in the...
Yeah, he looked awful. And then he gets to the big leagues, and he's robbing home runs and hitting doubles and stealing bases. He was fine.
He was good the first day he came back to the majors.
He was fine. Yeah, but see, Will Myers is a Padre, so take it with a grain of salt. There's always like an asterisk. It's like, well...
He does play for the Padres.
He plays for the Padres, so maybe he really isn't that good.
No. I hear somebody talking. Something's. I'm sorry. We're here.
I know. I seriously, I didn't know if maybe our country was under attack. If aliens had landed on the roof of iHeartMedia in the Fox Sports IE studio, I had no idea what was going on right now. Did you, Jeff?
No, I have headphones on. I just heard it sounded like I was in a department store. They were calling for a cleanup on aisle 9. I'm like, where did that come from? I didn't even know we had a PA system in this place.
It was loud.
Holy smokes. Stop doing that, guys. That's not very cool. Not cool at all. We got a show in here. A big show. I'm going to beef with you guys.
Sound like you're at a high school football game and they're like, somebody left their lights on in the parking lot. It's a white GMC Yukon from Catalano Motors, license plate number.
I really want to buy that. Honest to goodness.
You're pre-approved. Go down. Call him right now. I'll give you his cell phone number. You can drive over there. In fact, by the time you get home tonight, you can pull into your driveway with a brand new GMC Yukon, and I'm sure your wife will love you for it.
Yeah, only thing is...
Big brownie points.
You get like 10 miles to the gallon, and I'm I like to drive
This
far.
is a special Super Catalana Motors one, so I'm sure it's better than 10.
I just want something that looks like a tank that makes me feel presidential and something I can put my 3 smelly boys in because they are smelly. Hey, do we have an update? Has there been any change?
Yeah, do you want an update?
Yes.
Grand Canyon University has tacked on 3 more runs. The Lopes, as they call them down there in Arizona, the Lopes lead UC Riverside on the baseball diamond now 6-0 as we move to the 9th. So UCR down to their final 3 outs, but you got to have faith. You got to believe.
Yeah, that faith. Hey, let's talk about that other team across the road.
Who?
CBU is opening. They're opening their series tomorrow at Azusa Pacific, who right now is ranked #1 in the country. Pep.
CBU's going to get them.
Yeah, they got a.
Remember the famous words uttered by Gary Adcock, the skipper of the Lancers.
Which was?
Bottom line, we'll be back. Write it down. We'll be back.
We'll be back. Yeah, they got a. They play Thursday, Friday, and then a doubleheader on Saturday starting at 12.
Huge series.
All at APU. So last round playing Azusa Pacific, they said they were going to exchange T-shirts. Coach Adcock and his nemesis over at APU.
He said they're good friends, actually.
Very good friends.
Head coach at APU.
They exchanged shirts. They're going to do that for the last time as Cal Baptist heads into the WAC conference.
You're going to sweep them.
Yeah, I hope so.
You're going to sweep them on the way out.
I love Gary Adcock.
We come back here, we'll talk Angels baseball and the Dodgers. In fact, we might even play a little Shohei Ohtani interview. Of course, he talks to a translator. We got some of that, though, from the Big A last night. And we got Trent Rush coming up at 5 o'clock, Angels reporter. He's going to tell us all about Shohei Ohtani's blister. I want to know about his blister. How bad is it? Where is it? Does he have a Band-Aid on it?
Bleeding.
Is it do you see any blood? All the good stuff here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
What is going on around here?
A lot of yelling, a lot of ripping and a tearing, ripping and a tearing.
I feel like there's chaos all around us, and we're hunkered down in this little studio, putting it on for the Inland Empire, but there's chaos and just madness around us.
Because that rapper was here earlier.
DJ Quick.
DJ Quick was in studio. He ruined everything. Everybody's fighting now. There's beefs everywhere. I'm telling you, DJ Quick, if you're listening, you better come back over here. I'm going to rap battle you. I am one of the world's greatest rappers. I don't know how to rap. I've never rapped in my life. Have you ever been a rapper? Have you ever been on stage to rap, Pep?
Yes.
You have not.
Yes.
For what?
Yes, I have.
Stop.
Back at West Cottonwood Middle School, my buddy, I think his name was Ben Weaver. I want to say
Ben Weaver.
A long time ago.
Ben Weaver.
We sang.
Were you in the talent show?
No, it was like a. I gotta be honest, I don't remember. It was like a talent show, or it was like a spring concert. Everyone had to do something. So me and my boy Ben Weaver, we did like a presidential rap.
Look at you.
No Gipper's gonna mess with me, because I'm the best rapper this side of DC, with my best girl Nancy as my spouse, rapping to you from the big White House.
Wow.
I remember that line.
Pretty good. Yeah.
That was like 7th grade.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I used to rap. I was strong, deep in the rap game. Yeah. That was before I got into country. So that for you it'd be like before Coach K sat in your living room. That was before I started milking cows. That was like my turning point in my life.
Have you ever sang on stage, like tried to sing?
No. I did once. Nobody wants that.
I did once.
You did?
I did. I worked at a bowling alley. I really, really did. I worked at a bowling alley, and they was in the bar, and they said, "Hey, Jeff, you want to come up and sing?" And I just had the feel. And I sang it.
You're like, I can do this.
I sang Elvis.
I can do this.
There was a whole bar full, and I was sober, and I remember getting into the song, and I'm like, holy cow, the moment is taking me away. And I was like, wow, I'm really, yeah, it was an Elvis song of some sort. But I can't remember what it was, but I remember just thinking, man, it was awesome. And when I walked off that stage,
felt like a king, didn't you?
I really did. And everybody like clapped for me and said, that was pretty impressive. And I said, well, I've never done that.
They probably thought, man, we thought you were going to be really bad, but you weren't actually that bad.
So. It's only a couple songs I can sing. Only a couple. Because I'm not very good. No musical inclination at all. Nothing. Zippo. Zilch. And my mom taught piano lessons. I couldn't even learn piano.
It was that bad, huh?
No, it's terrible. Just terrible.
To baseball.
Baseball.
Shohei Ohtani. I don't know if he sings, but he can pitch and he can swing a bat. Little roughed up last night against the Red Sox. That's okay. It's just one game. We're going to talk to Trent Rush coming up at 5 o'clock. Get his thoughts on Ohtani and the blister last night. He only went 2 innings. He gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, 66 pitches. That's a lot of pitching in just 2 innings of work. So he really got in some work last night because the Boston Red Sox hit him pretty hard. But let's hear from Shohei Ohtani through his translator last night, talking about his outing against the Boston Red Sox and exactly what happened with that blister. So here's Shohei Ohtani last night after that game against the Boston Red Sox.
良くなるかっていうのは大体でしかわからないので、一日一日
Give me in English, hold on.
様子を見て、あとは通常通り回っていく準備は一応こうやっていってっていう感じかなと思います。
So I have a decent idea of how long it's going to take to recover. And
I believe he was saying he was going to take him a while to recover. Blah, 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 blah.
Buffering, of course, right when it gets to the good stuff.
So we're going to take it day by day and talk with the medical stuff and go from there.
Right when we get, the Japanese part comes in through crystal clear, and then we get to the translator, and it wants to freeze, right? Of course. All right. We can't do that again. Can't do it again. Basically, we were talking about this off the air, that a blister sounds minor, right? Like, oh, it's just a blister. But a blister can keep a pitcher out for weeks. Like, this might be more serious than we think. It depends on the size of the blister, where the blister is at. I know Trent Rush, he's probably going to have all those juicy details. But really, a blister can be a major thing, even though it sounds like a small, minute thing.
Yeah, in fact, we can go back to last year when Rich Hill, remember he signed that 3-year, $48 million deal to stay in Los Angeles, but he suffered that reoccurrence of that blister, and it was in 2016. It left his value really in doubt. But man, it was months before that thing came back to where he could throw the ball. I mean, he'd come out and he would start bleeding. Remember, he was bleeding all over the balls. They had to take him out.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was really bad, and it took a while. It took 6 months before he was blister free.
So obviously, Shohei's going to consult with the Angels team doctors, and they're going to come up with a plan. That's what they're going to do. But, according to him, and again, he's no doctor, but he's like, yeah, it's not going to affect me. In fact, the next day when I'm able to hit, I'll be in the lineup as the designated hitter. So I'm just curious, how big is the blister? Where is it at? I'm not big on conspiracy theories, but someone came up to me, someone real cynical, said, bet you doesn't have a blister. Bet you got roughed up and they pulled him out of there and they're like, oh, just say he had a blister.
That's a guy who's half empty. We're always half full here.
Yeah. I'm just lying.
Yeah, a lot of guys, though, have had it. Remember your guy, Noah Syndergaard had a bout with a blister. Thor had a bout with a blister last year.
Even blisters can hurt Thor.
Yeah, and that's
son of Zeus.
Son of Zeus and a hammer.
Son of Odin.
Odin.
Zeus is the Greek gods.
Yeah, this is totally.
I got all my mythological gods mixed up. Yeah. Brother of Loki, son of Odin.
Loki.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you Team Loki or Team Thor?
I got to go against Thor because that's my wife's favorite person in the world.
She's like the one good-looking guy she likes.
Yeah. Hey, whoa.
He's like the one. There's one guy.
Me. I'm telling you, man.
There's Kylo Ren, David Schwimmer, Jorge Fabregas, and Jeff Gorham. Jorge.
George Fabregas. Yeah, but Fabregas and Schwimmer look like brothers. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, they do.
They do have that same look.
And that long face.
Yeah, long horse face. It's like the girl who was on Sex and the City. Wasn't her Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yes.
Oh, she's definitely a horse face. She looks like Jerry Seinfeld. They could be twins.
Don't do that to Seinfeld.
Yeah, well, hey,
I love Seinfeld.
Okay, do you remember Sarah Jessica Parker when she was in a bathing suit in that honeymoon in Vegas?
No.
You never saw that?
No.
Holy cow. Sarah Jessica Parker, old Wonder Horse over there, Secretariat. Just imagine Secretariat with a great bikini. It's one of those,
I'm trying.
It was a head turner. I mean, man, that was the movie with Nicolas Cage. You never saw that? Oh, yeah, he's Elvis and they had the flying Elvis.
I live in this little bubble.
Okay,
there's nothing goes in or out of the bubble.
Okay, he marries this Sarah. He marries Horseface.
No, he was about to get married.
Oh, he was about to. He goes over to Hawaii, right?
No,
that's why he took him. Vegas, and then here, let's give it. He knows. Hey, I will say this though, a really funny movie. James Caan was the guy that was wooing her.
Yeah, basically what it was, Nicolas Cage took Sarah Jessica Parker on a vacation. I guess it was their engagement vacation.
Okay.
And Nicolas Cage and James Caan had a little gambling bet up in the suite, and Nicolas Cage lost, and all James Caan wanted was a date with Horseface.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he likes horses. But he took her, wooed her, Hawaii. Nicolas Cage jumps out of an airplane looking like Elvis, and that's it.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you.
Well, why don't you look it up? We got to take a break because coming up at 5 o'clock, we can't make this guy wait.
No.
He's too big time. He hangs out with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani every single night of the week. It's the great Trent Rush. He's coming up next as we talk Angel Baseball on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
8 Mile just for Jeff. It's your boy M.
No, I don't like him.
Hey, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. It's gone final at Grand Canyon University. UC Riverside falling to the Lopes by a final score of 6-1. Dylan Orrick knocked in the only run for the Highlanders. He's a King guy. He's a Steve Madril guy.
Highlanders!
Get him next time.
I hope so.
Okay. All right, we're brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass, and Catalana Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. In a matter of moments, we're going to hear from Trent Rush. So many questions about the Halos last night. Shohei, the blister, Mike Trout, great start to the season. Where are we going to start, Jeff? We've got so many questions for Trent Rush.
I want to ask him if people are going to jump off the bandwagon because they had that excellent start and they played. You know, Boston had the best start in their team's history, and the Angels as well. But everybody, you know, Southern California fans are such bandwagon guys.
Super bandwagon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like Laker fans who like jump on the Warriors bandwagon, like stuff like that.
I will always.
I mean, those guys. I hate those guys.
I will always stick with my California Angels. I love dearly.
Wally Joyner, number one in your heart.
No way.
Jim Abbott,
best first baseman for who's the best first baseman ever to play for the Angels?
Mo Vaughn.
Stop it.
JT Snow.
Rod Carew.
JT Snow.
JT Snow.
Your boy JT.
Wally Joyner. Remember? Wally Joyner. He wore the hard.
No, that was John Olerud.
Oh, John Olerud. That's
Remember
right.
John Olerud?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Olerud. Wally Joyner, though. Wally Joyner was a BYU guy.
Was he?
Yeah.
He had some good years.
Oh, he had his phenomenal years as an Angel.
Phenomenal.
I think the last time I heard he was the batting coach.
Wally Joyner. I remember when Wally Joyner.
Was he? Yeah. If that's true, I'm going to go down there.
I would love to see Wally Joyner. Wally's World. Remember how big it was? It was huge.
Oh, he was the man.
Huge.
He was the man. So, the Angels, tough loss last night against the Boston Red Sox. Shohei Ohtani took the loss. He has a blister on his hand. People are freaking out, but we're going to get some answers for everyone out there in the IE. Let's go to the Spoiled quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. You know, Jeff, there's two things that Trent Rush loves, and I'm going to tell Trent in case he doesn't know. He loves the Angels, and he loves cinnamon pretzels from Wetzel's Pretzels. Is that true, Trent? Those are your two favorite things in the world?
I love Wetzel's Pretzels. Nothing goes together quite like cinnamon pretzels. That is true. All you have to do is listen to AM 830 to know that.
That's right.
I also love barbecue, authentic Italian, and nice walks on the beach.
Hey, Trent, before we get into this Angel talk, I did notice a couple weeks ago before the season started that you got a grand tour of the food of Anaheim Stadium. That is a dream come true for me. If I could, what was that like? I've been meaning to ask you this for weeks now. Didn't you get to sample everything?
Yes, I will tell you this, Jeff. This was the kind of event I actually thought of you right away.
Yeah.
What they did was they set up every food item in the ballpark. They had like little mini samplers, and they had they took over the St. Archer Brewing Company is what used to be known as the Knot Hole Club. It's over in Knight Field now. The company Legends that puts this on set up every food item, a little taste tester of everything in the entire ballpark. And I was walking with the Chef Robert Biebery, and he told me, yeah, go to town. Whatever you want to eat, try it. Let me know what you think, and I'll tell you what I like, and you just sample everything, and I could not keep up. They had to roll me out of there. I even got sent home with dessert. That's how great that tour was.
I'll tell you what, I probably wouldn't have never got full. I mean, you could just keep feeding and feeding and feeding.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. But, man.
It's a big ballpark, all right? It's a lot of food.
Well, I will say this. You have right now the best job in Major League Baseball. You get to watch the Angels play every night. You get to report on it. And there is a lot to report, isn't there?
There is a lot to report. Look, I'll tell you this. I do feel very fortunate to have the job that I have. I felt the same way last year and the year before that, and it doesn't matter to me, wins and losses. Of course, I'd like to see this team be successful, but anytime you have the opportunity to do something you love, that's a good thing, and I appreciate that each and every day. That being said, yeah, it's really cool that Ohtani is having the impact that he has had. I know he struggled a little bit last night dealing with that blister injury. Did learn a little bit more about that blister today, that it really doesn't affect him hitting at all. So he's going to be available to DH tomorrow, which is a good thing. I don't know that he necessarily will or will not DH tomorrow. That's going to be based on the pitching matchup and how Mike Scioscia feels at the time. But he's going to be available. Even if he doesn't hit, it's not going to be health-related. As far as when he's going to be able to pitch next, we still don't have any clarity. Mike Scioscia does say he expects Shohei to be able to make his next start. He was kind of downplaying the severity of the blister a little bit earlier today. It's something that he dealt with even the first home start against Oakland. He was kind of rubbing his fingers between innings. So, yeah, it bothered him last night. I think giving up a leadoff home run to Mookie Betts might be got in his head a little bit too. That I don't know for sure and wouldn't want to confirm, but it just kind of seemed that way. But even still, though he had one bad game, after all the magic he has provided these first 2 weeks of the season, it has been absolutely unbelievable. And it's kind of cool to see the Angels be the center of the baseball universe. That's something we're just not used to seeing, and it's been a lot of fun.
We've got Trent Rush from Angels Radio, AM 830, breaking down the Halos last night. And Trent, as a Halos fan myself, I'm a big fan of Shohei Ohtani. And 66 pitches in 2 innings of work, he's laboring. That's a lot of pitches. And when I saw, the ball was all over the place, the command was lacking. Can we chalk that up to the blister? Like, can we just say, you know what, that was an off night. He was dealing with the blister. That's why he wasn't the Shohei that we saw in the first 2 starts.
I think so. I don't know, though. You know what I mean? The home plate umpire last night kind of has a reputation for not being great with the balls and strikes. That said, I didn't feel like Ohtani was squeezed. I know some people thought he was. I didn't get that sense. Here's the deal. Shohei Ohtani has 2 elite pitches. He's got an elite fastball. It moves, and it's got insane velo. I mean, he topped out at 101 yesterday. Plus, he's got that nasty splitter who his catcher, Martin Maldonado, described as right there with Zach Greinke as having one of the best breaking pitches in all of baseball. It's that good, and it was nasty against Oakland, and it wasn't against the Red Sox. The Red Sox, I thought, had a really good approach. They were really patient last night. They didn't chase that pitch at all. They made him throw that for strikes. He didn't do that, and I don't care if you're throwing 101. If you're throwing fastballs and hitters know fastballs are coming, big league hitters can hit that. I mean, his slider is okay, but of his top 3 pitches, that's the worst. And he has a curveball that really he only wants to throw 1 or 2 times a game. You don't want to see Ohtani relying on that curveball at all. So when he doesn't have the split, he ends up throwing too many fastballs, and that's what ended up happening, and he got rocked.
Well, with Shohei Ohtani, I know there's a lot of hype with him, and everyone's talking about him. And like you said, you go to Angel Stadium, that's what everyone's talking about is Shohei Ohtani. But Mike Trout is off to a great start. Trent, do we take Mike Trout for granted just because we assume, he's Mike Trout, he's going to do all these fantastic things?
Yeah, you know what? I think you're kind of right about that, and it's something that I'm going to talk about on my show, Angels Recap, tonight. I do a segment called The Nightcap where I kind of just make an observation, and as I'm putting my prep together, the observation that I have made here in the first 17 games of the season is that Mike Trout is being undervalued.
Yes.
I think that has been the case. Even in Trout's MVP seasons, I think people take for granted how solid and how consistent he is on a daily basis. Mike Trout does something every single night that is nothing short of phenomenal. And I guess that you can become used to that. I guess. I know I don't get used to that. Mike Trout is still very well the best player in the universe. And even though when Ohtani was doing his thing and it was super hot and there were a lot of fans saying, oh, no, is Trout even the best player on his team? I just kind of wanted to say, hey, as great as Ohtani is and as great as this start is for Ohtani, just stop for a second. You have a once-in-a-generation talent in Mike Trout out there patrolling center field. I don't know, people, I'm telling folks, yeah, there's this guy, maybe you've heard of him or not. He wears number 27, plays in center field. Dude's pretty darn good. You might want to take notice every once in a while.
Well, we've seen this in Southern California baseball over the past 30 years with Fernando Mania. You had Wally World here with the Angels. There's always been great players playing behind those guys. You talked Fernando back in the Dodger days. You had Say, Royce, Garvey, those guys.
Yeah.
It's a similar situation here with Ohtani. Is you have such a great lineup, and guys are playing out of their minds. Andrelton Simmons is playing great. You have Ian Kinsler coming back. There's a lot to look forward to with this ball club. With those, they're not supporting guys.
Of Otani.
Yeah, these are superstar players that are playing at the top of their game.
Yeah.
For sure, and Cozart was an all-star last year. Here's another guy that I think they just lost in all this. Justin Upton, to me, is like a top 10, top 15, I guess top 15 player in baseball. You know what I mean? Like, that's your left fielder. I mean, he is an elite hitter. And, oh, by the way, even though Albert Pujols doesn't hit for the same average he used to, Albert is going to go down, at least statistically, as one of the 5 greatest hitters ever. He's 11 hits away from 3,000 right now, and he already has the 600 home runs. He's going to be in this incredible club. He's like 70 RBI away from 2,000 in his career. He's going to be the 3rd player ever to have 600 home runs, 2,000 RBI, and 3,000 hits. It's Willie Mays, Alex Rodriguez, and will be Albert Pujols. When you think about that company and his historical place in the game, it's absolutely phenomenal. I understand most of the success that he had was when he was with St. Louis, but even the times that he's had with the Angels, he's got a lot of home runs, has driven in a lot of home runs. Even though the average hasn't been great, Albert has done a lot with the Angels, and it's really cool to see. But yeah, I think that guys like Albert and guys like Upton, Cozart, you kind of forget about them because of the star power that is in this lineup. It's nuts.
Yeah, you got 4 guys in double figures already in RBIs. They're hitting the heck out of the ball. They got 26 home runs on the year. Pretty good start here for the Angels.
For sure. I mean, the way I see it, I see right now the Angels have the best player of the past generation, and that's Albert Pujols, who's still able to drive in runs. The best player of the current generation, who is Mike Trout, but he's only 27 years old or 26 years old. And then you have Shohei Ohtani, who I think is the star of the future. So the fact that all 3 of those dudes are in the same clubhouse is phenomenal when you think about it.
Well, Trent, we always appreciate the time. Enjoy the game tonight against Boston. Get me a cinnamon pretzel from Wetzel's Pretzels, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me. Anytime, boys. Tell me when you're coming to the yard. I want to see you next time you're here.
Hey, yeah, just send out the limousine, and we'll come on down to the Big A, and you can give us a little meet and greet with Shohei before the game. We'll hang out with Mike Trout. It'll be great. We'll eat pretzels. It'll be fun.
I'm going to hang out with...
Uber Black at the very least.
Yeah, but I don't care about those players. I only care for the star, and that's our guy Trent Rush.
Trent Rush, AM 830, your home of the Angels, KLAA. Trent, we always appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, boys. See ya.
See ya. Trent Rush, man. He's like in the dugout. So if anyone knows about the blisters or what Shohei's thinking or how Mike Trout's doing or what the crowd or the food is like, Trent Rush is the guy. There's nobody else that knows these things except for Trent Rush.
Yeah, Trent is really one of those guys that he follows everything he does. He puts his heart and soul into Angel baseball, puts his heart and soul into covering basketball during the
Eaters. He's the voice of the UC Irvine Anteaters.
He's also the voice of the ESPN U and ESPN3 as well. He's all over the place. One of the best in the business and one of our good friends.
Can I quiz you on American Hockey League now?
No, not until tomorrow.
Did you not study yet?
Tomorrow I will.
Tomorrow.
I'm
going to tell you in the next segment why the Ontario Reign will win the Calder Cup Championship, the AHL title.
The Calder, is it like a cauldron?
Yes.
Cup?
It's like a big goblet.
Like witch's brew?
Yes.
I got, No, you don't? You don't put in
No, you don't.
You don't put fish eyes and...
Yeah, seaweed and moss and bat's wings. No.
I love it. I love a good cauldron.
When we come back, we'll talk a little hockey. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
What do you mean the way I talk? What? It's just, you're just funny. It's, the way you tell the story and everything.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. what sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash stance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skill player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip, is gonna slightly elevate his hips, higher than his knees. Now, you never wanna hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's gonna be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set, go. There you have it, 40-yard dash stance.
Back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. That was Trent Rush, AM 830. Jeff, you're always sick.
I never sleep. I never get to sleep.
You know how many times you coughed during that Trent Rush interview? He was trying to share his knowledge of Shohei Ohtani. You're just over there coughing in the corner.
I couldn't handle it. I was coughing. Hey, we were talking about home remedy.
Yes.
And I don't want to take...
I'm going to help you.
You're going to help me. I'm going to help
fix you up.
Because we were talking about some weird stuff. And I don't know about this one you guys told me, because if I go home and do this, yeah, I can't. You told me to slice an onion.
Yep. Here's the deal. You said, I can't stop coughing. What medicine should I take?
Because I can't take NyQuil.
I don't want to cough all night.
I don't want to be a zombie tomorrow.
I said, Jeff, better yet, Agent Dr. Pep. I'm going to help you out, Jeff.
Help me out.
So here's the deal. This is what I do for my own kids. You either take like a Vicks Vapor Rub.
I have that.
And you smear it all over the bottom of your feet. Your feet. Like all your bare feet.
That's where all the toxins.
That's where it all goes. Greg knows. That's what he does.
And it'll make your feet smell like Vicks.
No, you put some old socks. Take some old socks. You put them over your feet so you're not walking around your house with Vicks Vapor Rub all over.
I got you.
Or take a nice big white onion, real stinky kind, and you cut it all up into big circles. And I know you're thinking onion rings, but no.
You've done this. You've actually done this.
Yes.
I've done it too.
What is
Greg
wrong
does
with
it
you
every night.
guys?
Greg does it.
It works.
And
Greg makes like a bondegas with onions and the leftovers he puts in his socks every night. He sleeps.
But you know what we used to do to our buddies in college, and this works too. And this is being silly. Is we would take pieces of onion that we would get it during dinner.
Okay.
And we put them in their shoes. We take them in a bag and we go put them in their shoes. So the next day they put on their shoes. But if you have the onion in your feet, it makes you smell like an onion.
It's not going. The onion's not going into your body. The onion's pulling the bad stuff out of the body.
That's an old wives' tale.
No.
Just like this other one I was telling you about eggs.
Hub City's the healthiest city in America. What do you think they're doing? They got onions in their feet.
No.
That's what they do.
You guys laughed at me when I talked about egg cleansing. I said that
there's no such thing.
There is too. Look, I just looked it up.
I mentioned onions. You're just trying to impress us.
No, egg cleansing is a real deal.
What do you do? It doesn't even sound
put
real.
eggs. Listen, you put eggs underneath your
like a normal
Listen,
raw.
I just looked it up.
Okay.
Egg cleansing, old style conjuring. You can remove negative energy from your body by placing a glass of water with a whole egg in it under your bed. You need to leave the egg there for... Listen.
I'm listening.
Don't laugh. Don't besmirch the conjuring. You need to leave the egg there for 9 nights. On the 10th night, you remove the egg, then take it and throw it out at a crossroads. So you got to go out to a crossroads. Using the egg this way also removes blocks, jinxes, and conditions that will put you in mortal danger.
Do they do this in Colton? I don't know.
So you got to wait 10 days.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
I need immediate relief. You need the cough gone tomorrow.
Yes. I have never been sick for 10 days.
You know what? Better yet, go to Fairmont Park, get some leeches, and put them all over your body.
Let's suck the bad stuff out.
Mm-hmm. No.
You know, Bill Rafferty.
Old school. That's old century.
I'm looking it up, and it is all over the internet.
Yeah.
This eggs under the bed. I'm going to try it tonight. We're going to put eggs underneath the going bed. I'm not putting onion on my feet.
Put onions in your feet.
That might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You two guys might be the... Colin, have you ever heard of that? Onions.
You go home.
He's my moral barometer.
No.
He is.
You go home. You make
you
make like a nice bondegas, or you make some tacos, and you chop up the onions and whatever you have left. You just stick in your socks, and you feel great the next day.
Well, couldn't you just put your feet in some bondegas? Couldn't you just do that? I mean, seriously, just sit there watching TV. What are you doing with that big bowl of a bondegas?
Soaking my feet in a bondegas.
Yeah, isn't a bondegas like a soup?
Yeah, it's like a meatball soup. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin that. I'm not ruining that, but I'm not putting onion on my feet. I'll go with the Vicks Because, man, I'm worried about coughing all night.
Try it. Try the Vicks. Come in tomorrow and be like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm not even coughing.
I'll walk in. I'll be slipping all in my shoes. You'll hear this in my shoes.
Here comes Jeff with the Vicks.
Oh, he smells good. My sinuses are cleared. Yeah,
it might work.
Man, this has been a bad one. I thought I was going to die this weekend, and now I've been sick 3 times this year. 3 times.
Yeah.
You and I were sick together for a long time.
The sickest
you guys sharing sodas?
Nah, we were sharing rooms and stuff.
Sharing the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sickest I was all year was I got sick on that road trip to Montana.
Yeah.
And then flying in a plane back messed up my head, and I was sick for days after that.
I remember that. You said your head was going to explode.
Oh, I never felt anything like that. It was awful.
Like scanners.
It was awful. Scanners?
Yeah, you never saw scanners?
Total Recall.
You always seem surprised when you bring up a random, arbitrary movie, and you're like, you've never seen that?
Because you've never seen anything.
If it doesn't have Darth Vader or Bilbo Baggins, I don't think I've seen it.
Did they have a movie theater where you're from?
One.
Was it $1 to get in?
Yes.
Oh, and they showed the same
play
thing?
like one film?
You guys were like on Transformers 5, and we were just seeing Optimus Prime for the first time. We're like, whoa, what's this?
I just don't get it, man. You just haven't seen enough movies.
No.
I'm just gonna bring movies in. I have boxed them in my garage. Plus, I need to get rid of them.
I won't watch them.
I have DVDs. They're all good ones, though. It's not like girly ones. Well, you like those rom-coms.
No, I'm not
You're a
rom-com guy.
guy.
I'm not, though.
You know, he likes
Star Wars guy.
Yeah, whatever.
Adam Sandler. When
I like the Sandman.
Yeah, but you like him with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, the rom-com. Hey, our guy, Coach David Patrick, he watches Peaky Blinders on Netflix.
Now, what's that about? What's the premise on that?
I don't know. It's an English show. It's like
Google that, Cullen. Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Crocodile DP. David Patrick.
Yeah, he had to have walked out of here yesterday going, oh my gosh, those guys are insane.
Should we take a picture of the posters on the wall that has David Patrick, the UCR coach's face on Crocodile Dundee's body? Should we put that on social media, or is that kind of weird?
No, it's all he's fair game now.
He signed it.
He signed it. He owns it.
Their autograph.
He signed it. He verification. Verified it.
I have it on my phone too. That so
Your
it's
screensaver?
a perfect screensaver.
Do we have Peaky Blinders?
Okay, here we go. Peaky Blinders is a gangster family set in 1919 Birmingham. You guys say Birmingham. England, and centered on a gang who set razor blades in the peaks of their caps, and their fierce boss Tommy Shelby, who means to move up in the world. That sounds kind of cool, I guess. Maybe I'll check it out.
That's not a rom-com.
No.
It sounds kind of rom-com-y, like, he likes those romantic comedies, or because my wife likes, what's that movie, Pride and Prejudice?
No.
I thought it was that kind of like era, that kind of, no, my wife. I said my wife.
Rom-com.
I said my wife.
Yeah, but
she puts it on, I leave the room.
Downton Abbey. Have you ever heard of that one? It's not downtown. It's Downton. Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
I bet you Coach DP, David Patrick,
Crocodile
watches
DP
that. He probably watches that too.
He might.
Yeah, but
He loves it.
Do you honestly think he'll ever come back in studio again with us?
Yeah, I think he had a good time.
But wait till we go on the road with
I don't
that guy.
think we scared him off.
Hey, he's
quite
going
yet.
the road next year with Crocodile DP. He has no idea what he's in for. A good time, my friend.
Mate.
Yeah, I'm going to put an egg under my bed, and then I'm going to put some Vicks on my feet.
No onions?
No, I'm not doing
I'm gonna bring
onions.
an onion for you tomorrow.
I'm not doing anything.
When we get in the studio, I'm gonna cut it up. I'm gonna make some albondigas, and whatever I have left over, I'm gonna put it in your socks.
In my socks.
And you're gonna feel great by the end of the
Doesn't that
show.
ruin your shoes and socks?
No.
You can't get that onion smell.
You just
out of your
walk
socks.
around in socks. Pick some old socks.
Let's bring some socks.
Yeah, your old basketball socks, your old stinky basketball socks.
The big, they go all the way up above
Yes,
my knees.
yes.
Those are sweet.
Those ones, and we'll stick the onions in there.
I'm ready.
How about a little hockey here? The Ontario Reign, they're going to win that Calder Cup championship. They're going to hoist it high into the sky as the champions of the AHL because the Kings got eliminated in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and 4 of the Kings players are back with the Reign, so they got all this NHL caliber talent. They're going to win it all starting tomorrow at Texas.
How is that possible? How are you allowed to grab NHL guys?
Because they're
after
Kings
their-
guys.
But this after their season's over. I mean, hey, we're going to
Trickle-down
drop you down.
effect.
Are they the superstars or are they the minor, the scrubs?
Well, when I read their names, I'm like, I haven't heard of these guys. So
the scrubs.
So I'm not. Yeah, it's not Quickie, goaltender, but some other guys.
Hey, there was
Quickie.
a guy this year that won an NHL game who was like a
Yutaka Fukufuji?
No, not Yutaka Fukufuji.
Who?
No, he was a stockbroker, and they have in the NHL.
Oh, that was Chicago. Was it the Blackhawks?
I believe so. It was a
Who was that?
It was a guy that they keep up in the bleachers because
they have an emergency goalkeeper. This is true. There's always an emergency goalkeeper. And this guy who was, what did you say, stockbroker?
He was stockbroker, and he was
the emergency goalkeeper, and he got called into action.
And he was eating a hot dog and some chili, and he had chili all over his face, and he spilled it all over his shirt. And they said, "You're in." And he had to go down and change.
He did it. And he actually
won.
did well. He did well.
He got the win.
He stopped like 8 shots.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I love stories like that.
So the Kings, they got swept by Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a nice story. The expansion franchise, they sweep the Kings in 4 straight. The Kings only had 3 goals in the entire series. So Las Vegas is moving on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's a great story. I know Kings fans all around the IE are very sad. Now they're going to jump on that rain train and take it all the way to Texas beginning tomorrow in the first round of the Calder Cup playoffs. The Ducks, the Ducks. You know, I saw my 3rd Anaheim Ducks flag on a car today. The Ducks are really sweeping the IE right now. Ducks are down 3-0 to San Jose. Game 4 tonight. Could be closing time tonight. The Sharks might finish them off up there in San Jose. Could be the last game of the season for the Ducks.
Could be the last game of the season for anybody in the Southern California region, unless you're a rain fanatic.
Jump on that rain train.
I'm telling you, I am.
Might as well do it, right?
Yep, I'm in.
The Rain will open up the playoffs again tomorrow against the Texas Stars. That's Thursday. That's the first game of their series. It shifts back to the Inland Empire. Game 3 will be in Ontario on Sunday afternoon. So if you're a Kings fan, it's already over. If you're a Ducks fan, it might be over tonight. I'm just saying it might be. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it might be over tonight against San Jose. Game 4 tonight in their first-round playoff series. Rain back home on Sunday. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Jeff, we have NBA playoff games tonight already underway.
Yes, we do. It's already started.
We will take you straight to the Inland Sports Update Desk for these NBA playoff scores. We also have Major League Baseball afternoon scores to pass along, and maybe even a little something-something on Tom Brady.
Tom Brady?
Tom Terrific.
Mo Brady's brother?
Mo Brady's brother is back in the news.
Hey, he's in Qatar. He's riding on some camels.
Oh, he's on vacation. He doesn't care about the Inland Sports Show or the Patriots or anything else. He's on vacation with his beautiful wife and family.
But aren't they practicing?
You said, what did you say, Qatar?
Qatar.
Qatar. I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, same.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show. Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. what sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
To the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Jeff's about to buy a new car.
Man, I'm telling you, that car is my dream car. And it's from our boy.
The GMC Yukon at Catalana Motors.
Oh my gosh, that is the sweetest ride ever.
If Derek is listening to the show right now, he might be. I just sent him a text message.
Dude, get me that car.
Jeff, you might drive home in a new car tonight.
Yeah, and I'm not going tonight. I got to go and put onions on my feet.
If you do it, will you take some pictures?
No, I'm not putting onions on my feet.
I'm going to bring an onion in tomorrow.
Nah.
Will you do it for the show? Do it for the show.
God, no. I don't.
The Inland Empire needs you to do it.
I don't like the smell of onions.
You're not.
It's like this. If I want to have the smell of onions, I'll just let Connor run around our backyard for about a half hour.
It smells like onions.
He smells like onions. He's 11, almost 12. He's gonna smell like onions. Yeah, I don't. No, I only like onions on my tacos.
I'm just doing it for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Doing it for you so you'll feel better and stop that cough.
I'm telling you, it's a bad one.
See, after you're done doing it, you can take the onions off your feet and you can go, eat them. Onion rings.
I love onion
Chop
rings.
them up.
That's the only time I'll eat onions, though. Can't have it on a burger.
No burgers?
No, not on a burger.
What about, like in spaghetti sauce and stuff like that? That's
No. Oh.
What's wrong with you guys?
Garlic, buddy. Use garlic if you're...
No, use onions.
No, you don't. No. Whoa.
None of you guys?
No, no one does. That's crazy.
Guys aren't
crazy.
real Italians.
Yeah.
I know spaghetti.
Smedberg is half Jewish, half Italian, man. And I'm telling you.
And she doesn't make it with onions?
No one makes it with onions.
I make it with onions. I don't make it. My wife makes it with onions.
Yeah, your wife is...
The Goodfellas did.
No, they used it. Remember the Goodfellas? They were
No,
sliced.
garlic, but he's asking about the onions. How many onions did you put in the sauce?
Maybe
That's right.
I don't know.
That's
about
right.
3 onions.
3 onions. Not 1, not 2.
Not a big
Like LeBron says, not 1, not 2. 3 onions.
Oh, man.
But it only takes 1 to put on your feet. I want to bring one tomorrow. Big, juicy white one. Real ripe and stanky.
I'll do it in here. You guys will love it. The heat of our studio.
We're going to do it.
How come we don't have any air in here right now? It's
hot.
getting warm.
It's really hot.
What's going to happen in the summertime?
Oh, it's going to get real stinky in here.
I don't want to be in here.
It's going to be like an onion factory.
Oh, man.
Be like, are those guys growing onions in that studio?
Why is it so hot? Why is it foggy in there? Why is it steam? It's a steam room in there.
Oh, it's an onion sauna.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
We got some NBA playoff games going down right now.
We do?
When you're driving home on the 10, the 91, the 15, the 60. What else am I missing? All those freeways. The 15.
Yeah.
Did I say the 15?
Yeah.
Okay, all of them. The 215, the 210. Cleveland hanging on to a 5-point lead in the third quarter right now in Indiana, 70-65. They're in a battle again. Jeff,
they're not.
What's up with the Cavs?
They are not scoring a lot of points with 3.5 minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, but here's LeBron's stat line. Can I hit you with it real quick?
Yes.
Third quarter, LeBron already has 32 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
So he almost,
in the third quarter.
He almost has half their points.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. He's 4 points away from. Wow, that's nuts.
And right now in the second quarter, Jazz and Thunder.
And
the Jazz on top 28-25. So that game's close. We just still have a long ways to go. But the Cavaliers trying to knock off Indiana after dropping the first game in that series. If they go 0-2 to the Pacers.
It's over.
Oh, my goodness.
LeBron James is already moving to LA.
He's already looking at all the other teams he might end up. Clippers.
Now, people are saying now that it's going to be either
Clippers?
No.
The Rockets?
Or Philly.
Or the 76ers.
But I don't see him doing that when he's enrolled his children into school here in the fall coming up, and he has a production company in Los Angeles. He has a office on the lot of Universal Studios. If you go on that tour, they say, look, there's LeBron James' office. And he's doing Space Jam 2, you know.
LA to Houston, probably 2 hours on a flight, right? 2.5.
Yeah, but he said he wants
That's
to do
nothing.
He said his next decision will be based on family and basketball. So family's already moved out here. So basketball's the next thing, and I would assume that he'd want to be near his kids. I know he's a big...
No. Would you want to be near your kids?
I avoid him as much as I possibly can. Yeah, those three.
He's probably thinking, he's like, his kids are getting older. He's probably thinking, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be home all the time. Maybe I do want to play for the Rockets. Hey, I'm going to move you guys to LA. I'm going to go play for Houston. I'll see you in a couple months.
I'm going to go play for the Knicks, guys.
What's the farthest point from LA? That's where I'm going.
You know, it would be cool to see. It would be great to see the Knicks be relevant again. The Knicks haven't been relevant in years. They have to hire a coach. They were talking about bringing in Van Gundy. Did you see that?
Yeah,
bringing
I saw
him
that.
back. But then they said, we're not interested in him. Wow.
They're not?
No, they're looking at Mark Jackson. It sounds like his partner on the show, on the TV. You know,
Mark Jackson.
His
And
partner.
Van Gundy.
Yeah, so they're looking at Mark Jackson as a possible
Former Knicks great.
Yeah, both of them were Knicks greats. Remember, Van Gundy was the coach during the Pat Riley times.
Was Jeff Van Gundy the guy? There was some sort of a
grabbing. Yeah, I know exactly.
Grabbed some guy around the ankles and they were dragging him across the floor.
And he held on for dear life.
You need some onions, dude.
I'm dying over here. Yeah, I think you know what I could have is what did they have in the movie? You know, the one with Val Kilmer. you know.
I'm not the movie guy. You're looking at me like I'm the movie guy.
No, not Willow.
Batman.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Batman.
That's
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Yeah,
I did see Tombstone.
Beetroot. No, I think I have the tuberculosis.
Oh,
remember
that's
that?
serious.
Remember that? They all had it.
Was that in the movie Tombstone?
Yeah, he died from it.
They all got sick at the end.
There was a name for it though.
He was he Wyatt Earp?
No, that was Kurt Russell.
No,
Kurt Russell was Wyatt Earp.
He was
Doc Holliday.
I'm Doc Holliday right now.
Doc Holliday.
I'm your Huckleberry, and I'm gonna start coughing like. I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna take you out with first. I'm your Huckleberry.
You want some afternoon baseball?
Give me some scores.
Afternoon baseball. The A's and White Sox still playing. 13 innings, not enough. They're still playing 11-11 all A's and White Sox. Blue Jays and Royals. Blue Jays on top, 15-5. In fact, it's gone final. Toronto wins. The Rockies and the Pirates. Hey, the Pirates are 12-6. Nobody's talking about the Pirates. But I don't want to be a Pirate, but they're winning. As they beat the Rockies 10-2 today.
Do you know who bats cleanup for those guys?
Nope. Marte. Nope. Sterling Marte.
Mr. Smee.
Mr. Smee.
Mr. Smee bats cleanup.
Is there a D on the end, Smeed? Or is it Smee? S-M-E?
Hello, Smee.
Smee.
And then Captain Feathersword bats ninth.
He's more of a leadoff, man. He sets the table.
He's very quick. He's very quick, that Captain Feathersword.
Also today in afternoon baseball, the Orioles and Tigers. Tigers win 6-5. The Rays over the Rangers by a score of 4-2. That one has also gone final. And the Brewers beat the Reds by a score of 2-zip. Jacob Nottingham from Redlands High School did not play in that one. So he's still looking for his first major league hit. He played in his first game. He made his first start.
Okay.
Scored his first run, but hasn't got his first hit. Not quite yet.
Do you know what he did that was pretty special yesterday?
He put onions on his feet.
No. It was his first time behind the dish as a catcher. You know what he did? He caught a scoreless game. No runs hit off of him. One of the first guys in Major League Baseball for his team to ever do that.
Really?
Yes.
So his uniform will go straight to Cooperstown.
Straight to Cooperstown.
It should, right?
It was a shutout, and he caught the shutout.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we didn't get the Tom Brady, but we'll get Tom Brady in real quick at the end. And we got to mention Tom Brady.
And then I'm going home as fast as I can.
Jeff is going by the store. He's going to get onions and some old socks, and he's going to be good as new tomorrow.
I'm going to just steal those off a homeless guy.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
How you guys doing today? Ray Bass here from Boost Training. I'm here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about speed. We're talking about the weighted sled push. Come check it out. So when it comes to the weighted sled sprint, it's all about strength endurance. More specifically, building strength within the hips, the knees, and the calves. All right? So whatever sport you play, if you got to be strong and fast, sled sprints are for you. So I'm going to have Sawyer go ahead and get his hand placement right. We're going to get his hand about mid-height on that bar. He's going to back his feet out. He's going to bend his elbows and really get in the prowler here. Okay, so what I'm looking for here, when I say go, he's going to drive his knees very powerfully, and he wants to apply as much force against the ground as he can. That's what it's all about, how much force we can apply against the ground. All right, so ready, set, go. So there you have it, the weighted sled sprint. If you're not doing it, then you definitely want to add it to your regimen to get strong and fast, and we're doing right here at Boost.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Sound awful.
I'm focused on not coughing. I'm going to go buy some Ludens. Remember the Ludens cough drops with cherry flavor?
Yes, I do.
Oh, they're as good as candy.
I
don't know if they work, though. I don't know.
You just want to stop coughing.
Coughing
in the middle of the night is the worst.
That's what I'm afraid of, my friend.
Yeah, it's the
I
worst.
don't sleep very well anyways. I toss and turn. I need a new bed. I need a new lungs right now. I just starting to feel a little bad. I want to sleep well tonight.
Would a new Yukon make you feel better?
Oh, my gosh. New Yukon would make me go crazy.
We are wheeling and dealing behind the scenes here on the Inland Sports Show with KLAA Motors, trying to get Jeff a new ride.
A new whip.
That's what they say. The first thing to do to get rid of a cough, get a new Yukon from KLAA Motors. That's what everyone says. An old wise tale.
Well, I'm going to have to meet up with old Catalano and haggle a deal with him and see if I can get it in my price range.
This is not like going down into Mexico and you're going shopping in little shops and, haggling and saying, you know what, I'll give you $10 for all of this.
I would like $10 for your parka at La Bufadora. I've been there.
Oh, that's right, the Bufadora.
La Bufadora. Blowhole.
That's true.
What it means.
It is. Yeah. You're exactly right. Quakes baseball is coming up. The Skog Dog, Mike Lindskog, will have the call. That's what they call him.
Is that what they call him?
Oh, I was walking around, what's that place, Victoria Gardens, where all the shops are?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we love you and the Skog Dog on Fox Sports IE.
And then they said, hey.
I said, who's the Skog Dog?
And they told me they like Skoggy.
Skoggy?
Hey, Skoggy. I'm like, what?
Mike Skoggy Skog?
Yes. Yeah, there he is.
It's coming up next. We're brought to you by our good friends over there at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change will be spoiled by great customer service and low prices. Spoil yourself, spoil your car, get new wiper blades, get the oil change. You'll be feeling great about life. It's Spoiled. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire. Listen, they've got all of your sporting gear needs. They got all kinds of equipment, shoes, helmets, pads, all kinds of good stuff. They'll take care of your Letterman's jackets. They do embroidery. They do team sales. They do all that stuff. So if you own a local business, maybe you're just the coach of a local team, go check out what Ken Sporting Goods can do for you. Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Check them out on Instagram and Twitter. Stay very up to date on the latest with all those Boost Performance Training athletes and all the cool classes they've got going on, small class sizes, and that strength and speed class. That first one, always free when you say Jeff Gorham at the door. Go check it out. That's Boost Performance Training. And KLAA Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. This week's special is the GMC Yukon 2017. It might not be there much longer. Jeff is on the prowl. He's going straight to the Circle City off Temescal Canyon Road to KLAA Motors. He might pull the trigger tonight and ride home in a new car.
I'll cough in it, definitely.
You're going to cough all over it.
It's mine if I cough on it.
Coming up at 6:20, the pregame show. The home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes here on Fox Sports IE. It's the Quakes taking on Lancaster. Mike Lindskog and Andrew Chapman will have the call. For Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, right here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.